the podcast a little different. We're doing a little segment, a little monologue, a little check-in. All right, you're going to get some news, you're going to get some facts, and you're going to have a good time. So, all right. So, welcome to TED Culture. You have me today. You're stuck with me, thankfully, right? All right, a little known fact, I just found out that helium is running out. All those birthday parties, it's like the butterfly effect. A little chink in the armor could get you killed. So who would have known? It's in respiratory treatment, helps with bronchitis and asthma. That's going to be rough in the future. We got MRI magnets. I mean, you might have to remind me, but I'm pretty sure that's important. So computer parts, hard drives, credit card chips. No more of that. I mean, it used to be swipes. Now we're into the chips. What's next? I mean, good thing the cloud's coming up. Am I right? We got pressurized rocket engines with helium. It also cleans rocket engines, believe it or not. Pretty fantastic stuff, if you tell me. But I'm pretty sure that's important. You know, flying by plane. You know, airbags. You know, they do say traveling in a car is more dangerous than traveling in a plane, and you know, both are going down the drain. I guess. I don't know. They probably have some other methods to make those. What else? Microscopes. I mean, scientists. You know, they're smart enough. I'm guessing they'll figure out other ways to make microscopes and magnifying glasses. I'm pretty sure they can do that. And it shields, this is important, it shields welders when welding. Now, I don't know how, but I mean, you know, those welders, you know, they're going to have some tough times. You know, talk about trades. Trades are coming up, but they're taking a hit, you know, because of helium, just because of helium. What else we got? We got AirPod Max. You know, it's about time. You know, it's about time Apple made some headphones. You know, apparently they're the new. They broke through noise canceling. It's truly incredible. Apparently, so but I mean, the price is $550. $550. Oh my gosh, bro! You got to be a true audiophile to really love these. But AirPods, I mean, it's not really a pod if you think about it, though. It's more like a pad. It's got padding. It's more like an AirPad, you know what I mean? But that's how Boston people will just say it anyway. So it's AirPad, you know, AirPad, you know, park the car and have it yard. You know, AirPads, and not the air division of the feminist movement, you know, not dropping leaflets from the sky. Give you a Groupon to the gynecologist, you know. You know, that's what we're spending the pink tax on, if you ladies want to know. But yeah. Next, we got Taylor Swift's new album. That's exciting, right? And not only that, I just found out that Kid Cudi also has a new album out. Go check it out. Fantastic music. Taylor Swift's going back to her old, you know, country kind of, you know, country more like authentic, like acoustic, and you know, it's like folk. It's great. I love it, dude. Big Swiftie, T-Swizzle all the way, you know. And Kid Cudi, dude, just fantastic. You know, there's not much I can say about him. He's just great. Go listen to the music, you know. So the holiday season, huh? Right? I mean, it was crazy. I mean, it's crazy during the COVID times that we just had Thanksgiving, you know, a couple of weeks ago, the other day, you know, who knows. But at this point, dude, the days are just flying by. I had a Zoom Thanksgiving, a nice dinner, you know, with the family over Zoom, you know, dressed up my best, gave a nice toast. It's really fun having a toast when your grandma's trying to set up her video for 30 minutes. You know, that's what I'm thankful for. I'm thankful I could see my family. Yeah, so, but this Christmas is going to be even crazier. I mean, technically, I missed my Christmas celebration. My dad's girlfriend was trying to quarantine 2 weeks before Christmas Eve, Christmas holiday. And so we had a little Zoom Thanksgiving, a little FaceTime, not Thanksgiving, a little Zoom Christmas, FaceTime Christmas. this past weekend, and I missed it. I accidentally missed it, which is too bad. I was quarantining here in Boston, so I couldn't actually go in person. But I was doing some work. I get a FaceTime call from my sister, and 20 minutes later, I see the message, and I'm like, damn, I missed that. Oh well, But we'll get it. We'll get it next year, But even still, what's Santa gonna do? He's got a quarantine between going all those states and all those countries. The airlines are down. What's Santa up to? You got to look out for him. I mean, he's kind of like this kind of hired being, so maybe he can. He probably already beat COVID. He's giving out the vaccine for Christmas, but what else? What else we got? We got finals coming up. Some of you in college probably already finished your finals, but I know here at Suffolk we have finals this upcoming week. And I should lay down a few tips for you guys. So I think you guys should get your sleep. Definitely get your sleep. You got to remain alert. Remain alert during these times. Discipline, dude. When you're studying, you gotta have that strict schedule, that discipline for at least a week, just so you can prepare, just so you can get through it. Now, I'm not, too experienced in college finals. I'm just a freshman, but I think that discipline has helped. Discipline is freedom. That's a Joe Rogan quote, but for those lacking, freedom is freedom. So, just remain. Mental health is probably more important. Anyway, dude. Fish, eat your fish, get some brain food in there. My friend told me about fish oil pills and the benefits of that. Get those omega-3s, But I think I really need it. I mean, I got a dry brain. I need some fish oil to really grease it up, get that engine going. So stay healthy too. Take those vitamins. You got fish oil pills. Especially in COVID times, you want your vitamin C, you want your vitamin D, you want your zinc, your elderberry, I guess. I don't know. But especially if you're out of meal points like me, just try to find something to stay healthy on, so. But yeah, so this is the little beginning segment that I'm trying to do for every single podcast in the future. Give me some feedback. Let me know if you like it. And let's enjoy the rest of the podcast. Today I got a special guest, my good friend Bob, a Chinese exchange student. He's a great dude. You guys are going to love him. So really have a good one with this podcast. I think you're really going to enjoy, and let's get to it. All right, welcome to the rest of the podcast. Here I'm with a very special guest today. He's a good man from the great land of China. Bob, do you want to say a little something about yourself?
Hi, I'm Bob. I'm currently a freshman from Suffolk, and I'm from China, Beijing, China. And it's a pleasure for being in Ted's podcast. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Please, Bob, please. Yeah. So let's start with Alita Battle Angel.
Oh,
your favorite movie.
Yo, bro, you already know that.
Bro, tell us a little bit about it.
Alita. So Alita is Martians, like literally like human that traveled to Mars and became like this big eyes human.
Yeah, they have big eyes.
And like one day like they decided to like go back to the Earth and like murder the Earth beings, but like they failed. And Alita is one of them, and she's broken. And until one day there's an old man that find her in the trash, and they change her to like a badass superhero girl looking like with a sword.
Yes.
And it's just amazing, man.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Like I recommend everybody to see the movie, like everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure there was a push to put it in theaters recently.
Really?
Yeah, not too long ago. I'm pretty sure they were gonna re-release it in theaters, just so you can get a second wave of people to go watch it. Yeah.
Do you know James Cameron?
He did Avatar.
Avatar, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's his favorite like Japanese anime thing. So he bought the copyright and made that into a movie.
And he made that into a movie.
Yeah.
He's a great director.
I know.
Yeah, fantastic. He makes great movies.
Blue Tree Human hugging trees.
Yeah. That's a great movie, and it's long, but it's
worth it.
It's a great watch. Yeah. Do you have any stories from China that you want to share?
China? Oh my God! Do you want me to talk about the hot spring?
Yeah, see, please, please. This is fantastic. I love this topic.
Oh my God!
Hot springs in many Asian cultures, the natural hot springs, there's like bathhouses and whatnot. But Bob, tell us a little bit more.
So I told this story one time when me and Ted is in an Italian restaurant. I brought this up. It's kind of weird, but it's funny. Hear me out. So
That's great.
In most Asian countries like Japan, China, Korea, we do like hot spring. Like we wash inside the building, but everybody get naked in there. Like you basically have to see different human naked with their thing jingling there. Yeah, but anyways, and don't get me wrong, like the man and female is separate.
Oh yeah, you're not animals.
Yeah, but
please.
Actually, in Japan, in some rural area, you can find
mixed. Yeah,
but it's
oh my gosh,
mostly.
That's where you go?
No, not really. So anyways, and when I went there, like, do you know? When you went that kind of place with your parents, it's kind of awkward.
I mean, I would never do that. Bathe with my parents at what age? Any age.
I mean,
at any age.
Since I was a kid, I went there.
Well, as a kid, it might be fine to bathe. But I mean, it's different cultures, different walks of life.
I still go there with my dad, like even today.
Today?
Yeah,
That's great.
The worst part is like you and dad both get naked and stuff, and then you're like, "Oh, son, you got bigger."
Oh, he said that to you?
Yeah, and it's like it's like the worst thing ever, dude. Worst thing ever.
Oh my god, it's the best thing ever, dude. Your dad just complimented you. You got good genes, I guess.
No, we're Asians. I mean, we got the potential is that much. So
yeah, there's only so far you can get.
Yeah, and anyway, so you get naked and you go into like the hot tub. First you shower and then you can go into like this hot waters.
Yeah, you have to clean yourself.
You clean yourself, but for sure. You don't want the germs for other people.
I mean, obviously.
Yeah. So you went there. You stay there for like 1 hour or something until you're sweating.
Yeah.
All your what is it?
Your
called?
pores.
It opens up.
Yeah.
Your skin is like smooth, and then you go to like.
And there's minerals too in the.
Yeah.
They put minerals in there.
And you make a guy to clean you. They use the towel to like scrub.
There's a guy that cleans you.
Your like mud.
So after the bath, you go to this guy who cleans you.
Yeah, basically like scrubbing time. Scrubbing time.
You're still naked.
So you lay there. You're like a steak. They flip you around, and then
you're steak.
Literally, you're like a steak. You like finish one side, and they're like other side.
They flip you.
Yeah, and then they do everywhere, like literally everywhere, like everywhere.
Everywhere.
You can
everywhere.
And when they get to your no area, it's kind of like special feeling, like
it's a special feeling.
Don't get me wrong.
A happy ending at the hot spring.
No, they're old dude. They're old dude.
Oh my gosh.
So, it's interesting. If you ever go to Asia or like any country, like Asian country,
you gotta try it.
You gotta try it. It's a culture
a
thing.
family trip to Beijing. Yeah.
Old ass Beijing man with the tattoo. It's like later.
If he scrubs you,
I know.
Afterwards, oh my!
And they'll
gosh.
ask
wonderful
you.
Time.
Yeah, they will ask you. Do you want milk? Do you want salt? Do you want like rose? Like they add special stuff on you.
In the scrub?
Yeah, on you.
You get a milk scrub. You get a. They just pour milk on you.
Yeah, basically, and salt.
Milk and salt. So they're cooking you. They're prepping you to eat you.
Basically.
I'm sorry. You're fair share,
I know, and after the scrubbing time, you actually have to go into, like, you leave everything's on you. You have to go to a sauna.
Yeah.
Like, with the heat.
Yeah.
To, like, make the thing
As if the hot water sweating wasn't enough,
I know, exactly.
So you have to cook the milk and the salt inside you. And then after they boil you.
Then you're done.
And then you're well done.
Well done.
Yeah. That's great. It's a good experience. I'm so glad you shared that, dude. It's so unique, I would never. I mean, I don't know. I might.
Dude, you literally say you will go. Like,
I will go.
Yeah.
You know, in the future, I will go. I'll visit you in Beijing.
Awesome.
We can go together, Bob.
I'll send someone to go with you.
Your dad? Can you bring,
Yeah,
can I bring
my
your dad?
Not me.
Me and your dad can
Yeah.
have a great time at the hot spring.
Yeah.
With our milked up bodies. So.
Exactly, man. You get the idea.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, you got some pretty great music taste. You were showing me a couple songs the other day, and just some great hits. You know.
Great hits.
Great hits.
Some like C-pop.
Yeah. C-pop.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
List a few bands that you like.
I cannot like
groups.
it's not coming in my head. But they're Chinese. How can I just say this?
What?
Shit. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
God, this is not coming into my mind. Oh my
Is
god.
that a group? Or are you trying to think
I like
of
single people. Like oh, there's a lot of rappers you can do like PG1.
Okay.
He's a underground hip hop and like guy Gai. Like you should listen to their song. It's pretty like Chinese style like hip hop. And it's like
Oh, that's great, dude.
it's great.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. What else? What else you got?
I got so those are hip hop singers.
Yeah.
And let me think.
Who's pretty mainstream in China right now?
Mainstream like the dude that never get out of fashion is Ray.
Ray.
His name is Zhou Jielun, and then he's like a fantastic Taiwanese like mix. He's half. And
Yeah.
he's like been popular when I was a kid. I remember my like.
Is he good looking?
It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. All the way to now, and he's all time famous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So if you're interested in Chinese hip hop, if you're interested in mainstream Chinese pop, is he pop?
Yeah.
Go check him out.
Check them out.
Check him out.
They're amazing.
Yeah. Do you have any other stories that you want to share from mainland?
From mainland? I mean, I love the mainland. It's pretty fast developing. Like, it's different vibe in Boston, you know?
Yeah.
Like the city is newer, so like the buildings are glass made mostly.
Yeah, different architecture.
Yeah.
Yeah, I realized that Boston, especially, you have such like Gothic looking buildings, but I think even Boston's it's newer than, let's say, like you go to Europe. Europe is all older architecture. And it's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. I really like it, but you can definitely tell the difference.
They're way older than even
way
the
older.
States.
Yeah, different architecture. But it's great. I mean, you definitely feel like you're in a different place. You're in a different world, almost.
Exactly.
Yeah. So was that your biggest kind of thing that you noticed when you came to Boston?
Yeah, like everything is like kind of. There's special feeling in there, you know. There's like different feelings, different vibe. This is awesome. This is cool too.
Yeah,
but
right.
I prefer Milan better.
I mean, I won't blame you, right? Yeah.
And another thing I realized is do you know the ways they raise their kids?
In China?
Yeah, like in here it's like happy raising, like parent will be nice, and they're like
the nuclear family kind of is what they call it.
Yeah,
when you have the 2.5 kids and
exactly like
and everyone's just like super happy, great education, great life, dude. Baking a pie in the windowsill, you know how it is.
Parties and sleepovers and stuff.
Sleepovers, yeah.
Exactly.
No sleepovers in China?
I mean, there is sleepover, but like like in here, the worst punishment you can get is like you're grounded or no TV for 2 weeks.
Yeah, sit in the corner for 15 minutes.
Yeah, something like that. But in China, it's like pure beating. Like
they beat their kids.
They beat their kids.
Well, I mean, some families in here beat their kids, but they call it domestic abuse, so that's a little different.
Exactly. And also, kids in here, they know they can call the police. But if you call the popo in China, you just get beat more with your parent. Like, seriously.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
So, no call the police.
You get beaten a lot? It's out of love. I mean, it's out of love.
Yeah, right? When I was a kid.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I was like, get beat by different things. like
with different things.
with different thing like umbrella, coat hangers,
Coat hangers.
slippers.
How do they do it with the
Coat hanger? You name it. Like the coat hanger in China is like metal,
right?
and they hit you like in the everywhere. Like it's pretty painful. Honestly, it's really painful.
Yikes! Oh my god.
And when my mom have like 5 siblings, and she told me when they're young, the kids are crazy. They run around everywhere. They don't go home many times. So
Yeah.
when their parent want to beat them, they tie them up on the tree, like reverse, like that way, and tie them up the tree so can they beat them with a stick.
And they beat them upside down.
With
on
a
a
stick.
tree.
With
What
a
the
stick,
heck?
so they don't run away. Like literally, I'm not joking.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
That was your parents.
that's not my parent.
Oh.
If that's my parent, I won't be here. Like, I'll be like disabled.
You'll be hanging upside down. Right?
Exactly.
You're never gonna leave. Is this your first time in America when you came to college?
No, I was here for high school,
Okay, yeah.
and I was here for 8th and 9th grade, and I went
Yeah.
back for 2 years.
Where'd you go? Were you in Boston? Were you in?
I'm in Western Mass. I come from before I live in a town like called Montague,
Okay.
and I go to school in a city called Hadley. I go to a water school.
Okay.
Like literally, it's like a lot of kids enjoy it. They're happy there. Did not much work, but
Right.
personally, I'm not like a water of kids because my whole high school have like 70 people,
Yeah.
like general with teacher. So my like graduate class only have 9 people. Can you imagine?
Oh
that?
my gosh.
Literally.
I mean, yeah, that's like you're in Alaska or something. They got
Basically.
those small class sizes, or like a Christian high school.
Basically,
Like they have small,
yeah.
like some private schools. Yeah.
There's benefit, but not for me.
You called it a water school?
Yeah, it's called a water school. My school is called Hartsbrook
Yeah.
because there's a river called Hartsbrook.
Oh, so it's right on the water. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, but the river is a joke. It's literally like
It's like
size of this table.
it's like a water bottle fell over and spilled. Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. I mean, right. Yeah. What else do I got? So in China, there's big censorship of media.
Yeah. I mean, I have a interesting news. Like
In news, yeah.
So in the beginning of this year, there's a man who used VPN. Do you know VPN?
Yeah. CEO.
So they use VPN to watch like pornographies in the state.
Oh, you can't watch pornography in China?
You can, but you cannot use VPN to do that. Like you
Okay.
cannot access like internet from other countries.
From other countries.
So that man got literally sent to jail for
using a VPN.
VPN and watching.
He's just trying to protect from hackers. I mean, what's the?
But I don't
Can
even
you
know.
blame him?
Yeah, how can he got caught? That's the question.
How can he get it? Yeah. I don't know. Maybe there's the FBI of China. I don't know how they work. You know.
That beats me out.
Yeah. What do they call the intelligence of China? Just a government. It would just be the government of.
I guess the police system is kind of interesting in China. Like in
Yeah.
here, there's police departments, the fire department, like the ambulance, like the hospital departments. But a lot of that, in China, the military, the fire, like the police and the fire people are like merged together.
They're all together.
So in here, you call 911 for everything, for ambulance, for
Yeah.
a police car, for fire truck. But in China, you call 110 for police. You call 119 for fire.
Yeah.
And you call 110 for no. Am I right?
I don't know. You're from China. I'm
Damn,
not.
I haven't been back for a while. 110 for ambulance, I think.
Yeah. That is interesting. So they're all combined, but they have different numbers. Whereas here we have one number for
Basically.
the combined. I mean, we technically have 2 numbers. We have 411, which is for less important emergencies. Like 911 is more serious and needs immediate action, whereas 411 it's just like you have like a certain issue. Say someone stole your. Oh no, that's probably not a good one, but
Your bike.
just like a smaller issue. I don't know. Like you need to burn extra sticks that fell out. Say you have a bunch of trees in your yard. You want to burn like a controlled fire in your yard. You might call 411. Get approval by the fire department or something.
Or your brother steal your Christmas gift. You call 411.
You call 411. They'll give you some help.
Okay.
Yeah. If anything, a handmade card will do, right?
Okay.
Yeah. How's Christmas in China?
Christmas. We don't do Christmas.
You don't do Christmas?
We
at
don't
all?
do Christmas.
Oh, well, you got to be a man of faith to celebrate.
Yeah.
Are you a man of faith? Do you follow any? What?
I don't believe in anything like
Anything?
Yeah.
No higher power, nothing?
nothing.
Interesting.
I believe in like Marvel is a thing.
Marvel?
Yeah, superhero
You
power.
believe superheroes are real?
No.
No.
I'm joking.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you believe superhero, do you believe aliens are real?
Yeah, definitely. I think you guys got a lot of them in here, like probably somewhere. You could be one.
So, you think I'm an alien?
You could be one
I
of them.
could be an alien.
Yeah,
you know,
dude.
I don't know. My parents could be, I could be half alien. You never know.
Yeah, I never know.
Yeah, I mean let's see, the intelligence, someone in intelligence in Israel, released a statement that aliens actually do exist,
Yeah.
and they're hiding from humanity to, I don't know, just as observers. They come from a different planet. They come in. They're just observing humanity. He even said that they integrated within the past couple of years. They integrated into society. And so we never know, dude. Some of us might be alien. I could be an alien.
Honestly? Oh my god, that's
You could be an alien. I mean, I don't yeah, I don't. Chris, we have Chris over here. Chris from the last podcast. He could be an alien, and I'll just never know.
sounds kind of weird. Like alien, an alien. Do you know?
I mean, alien's a term for foreign people, or
Yeah.
like tourists coming in. So you're technically an alien.
yeah, I'm
but
alien.
you could also be an alien.
Yeah,
In
alien.
both ways. An alien.
Let's talk about the Christmas things. Even though we don't do Christmas, but we
Yeah.
do New Year celebrations.
Okay, yeah. Well, you have your own Chinese New Year. That's big.
Yeah, and do you know, like in China, Chinese people like money.
They like money.
You know for sure, because
Yeah.
in New Year time, when you meet people around, you give them red pockets, money in there.
Yeah.
You don't say Happy New Year. 恭喜发财 means hope you get rich.
Hope you get rich.
Literally.
That's great.
So literally, everybody's like, hope you get rich.
How do you say it?
恭喜发财.
Nice.
And 红包拿来, that means give me the red pockets.
Give me the red. Yeah, all about that money. I mean, they got the big businesses coming in. They're buying a lot of land in major cities. I know New York has I wouldn't say a problem, but I know it's apparent that a lot of big Chinese companies are buying land for their companies, just buying out, all the land and making a lot of space in New York and L.A. and in Chicago, probably in Boston too. A lot of places, a lot of these big cities, they're being bought out, and then a bunch of land is just harder to get, and then the prices go up. So I don't know if it's a move by these companies or not, but I know money's a big deal. So
Yeah, but yeah, money is always a big deal.
that's a big deal.
Hope you get rich.
Hope you get rich. Yeah, give me the red. Yeah. That's great, dude. But even more into the censorship, I know Tiananmen Square. You know Tiananmen Square,
Yeah, that's
right.
of course I'm from Beijing.
You're from Beijing. You're from Beijing, obviously. Now, was that censored a lot in China?
Center?
Yeah.
Tiananmen Square is literally the center of Beijing. We do ring.
Oh, censored.
Censored. Yeah.
Did you? Yeah. So you don't really hear about it in China at all. People don't talk about it.
We talk about it. Tiananmen
you
Square
do
is
talk
okay.
about it.
Yeah, Tiananmen Square is okay.
That's okay to talk. What's not okay to talk? Okay, well, don't actually say it. It's not okay to.
There would be just two Asians come in. It's like, come in with me, sir.
Yeah,
Come in.
I'm done, bro.
Yeah.
I'm done. Hostage.
I think if you don't use VPN to watch porn, you'll be fine.
That's it. That's where they cross the line, dude.
Yeah, that's no.
If you use VPN, you're out. I'm sorry, dude. They lock you up.
Exactly. So, I guess that's it.
That's all. Just a VPN.
The thing I can think of. You don't talk about like there's nothing you cannot talk about. Even the president, you can talk about them, but you don't like talk bad about them.
You can't talk bad.
Yeah, if you talk bad, they send you into a little dark room and beat you.
And beat you?
Yeah, with the coat hangers.
With the coding? No! Oh my god, that's the worst form of torture.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Tied you upside down.
Tied you upside down and beat you with the coat hanger.
Exactly.
Yikes. Yeah. I mean, what was that big thing? The Chinese water torture. Did you ever see that? What movie was that in? That was in, I don't know. But it's in where they have a drop of water. They put a drop of water on your forehead. And that's it. And they just keep doing that for like hours. And
Yeah.
then you start feeling like pain.
I know that kind of thing.
Yeah.
We talk about torture. We have a lot of tortures, like a lot, a lot. Like
I mean, yeah, with the different values, I would say different values, especially in Eastern religions. I would say a lot of it is based on just like different kinds of torture. You have legalism, you have Confucianism. I know, yeah, and you name it. I mean, Asians made a torture for it, with it, coat hangers.
Exactly, we're creative. We think.
Great, yeah. You think outside the box when it comes to
it's like, yeah, let's do something else in my hand, like coat hangers. Why not?
Yeah, hands are boring, dude. Let's get some coat hangers in there.
Exactly.
Let's get water.
Water just drip on
Just
you.
drops of water. That'll teach them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's great, dude. Yeah, but what about Hong Kong? Is that a sensitive?
Hong Kong.
I hear that's pretty sensitive, especially in media.
Yeah, like in the beginning of the year, there's like revolutions and stuff in Hong Kong, but because of the policy is like not complete. Like there's some flaw.
Yeah, they didn't create it,
Didn't
or
pass
they
it.
didn't finalize it.
Yeah, they didn't finalize it. There's
perfect
still
it.
like some issue with it. That's
Right.
why people are revolting.
That's politics, right?
Yeah, but now they're okay because
Hong Kong's okay.
for Hong Kong, and there's a place called Almond. Do you guys have another place name for that? But I don't know that. China used the policies called one country, two policy. So you can have your
Okay.
own party there. You can use democracy in there.
Yeah.
But it's same country. As long as you think you're China too,
Yeah.
then you're okay. Do whatever you want.
Right.
Like that's the problem with Taiwan. Like Taiwan want to be. Oh my God! Can I talk about this? This is kind of like.
I mean, it's up to you, dude. I'm fine with that.
Sensitive topic, but
No, go for it. Go for it.
like
We'll put a disclaimer.
I think
This is it. Say disclaimer. Say if you're not
if you're
comfortable. If you're not comfortable.
if you're from Taiwan and this might offend you, but this is my like personal opinion.
But we respect all walks of life. Obviously, we're not. We're not
Exactly.
trying to offend
exactly.
Taiwanese people. We're just stating, global issues and
And it's also my opinion. So.
presenting your opinion. Yeah,
So yeah, so as I'm saying before, like I think the main problem with China and Taiwan is Taiwan. There's like the Green Party want to be themselves, like want
Okay.
to say Taiwan is their own country.
Yeah.
But China is like, no, you cannot do that. Like
Right. They give them their own politics pretty much. So they let them have a democracy. So it's pretty much its own country in practice, but it's not. It's a part of. It is a part of China,
yeah,
right?
China
Yeah.
is considered as a part of them. We call it Taiwansheng. It's like Taiwan provinces.
Yeah.
So China's idea is like as long as you say one China, then everything's okay. So
Yeah. And if you're Taiwanese and you want to back yourself up, come on the podcast and please talk about it, dude.
I know you want to see what you're doing there.
We're really to talk about it, and we'll get Bob back in so he can join in on the conversation. But yeah, I mean, so that's very interesting. So now, when you see it on maps, you obviously have you have China and you have Taiwan and but it's not its own country. It's a part of China.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're trying to be their own country. That was
Yeah.
a huge thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that is very interesting to talk about. I know you have a hard out and you have to go to your class, but I'm super glad we can get you on for as much time as we could. Thank you again, Bob. Bob, what's your name?
Pei Yuan Sun. I mean, the pleasure is all mine. Thank you for inviting me
Bob,
here.
Please, you flatter me, dude. You flatter me, Bob. Well, I'm so happy I met you in college, and I'm glad you're on the podcast and sharing these stories with us. I'd love to have you on again.
I will
I
be
hope-
glad to be here again. Like,
Yes,
yeah.
thank you so much. All right, we're gonna move on to the next segment, so let's just do it. I have Chris with me right now. It's too bad that Bob had to leave so soon, but we have Chris back again to really lay down some heavy-hitting topics.
Hey,
what do we
I'm-
got? What do we
I'm
got?
happy to be back, Ted.
Yeah, happy to have you back.
So I just got a few topics to run through. We can talk about. Well, we are in Boston. I think we might as well start off with the. So, if you saw, the AirPods Max just released their new
AirPods,
Apple
yeah.
headphones.
I think I heard it somewhere.
What's your opinion on those? I think they look insane, but
They
are
do
they
look pretty
expensive
insane.
or worth it?
I feel like they're good for their price. I know a lot of expensive headphones are in that price range. Me personally, I have these Bowers and Wilkins noise canceling. They were about $400. I saved up a lot of money for that, but I got them used. Amazon warehouse, shout out. But yeah, I mean, I thoroughly enjoy them, and they're Bluetooth. So, but $550, an extra $150 for those headphones. They're over-ear, I believe.
Yeah, they are over-ear headphones.
For over-ear noise canceling, I would say yes. Those are, and for Apple too, knowing that they're a bit on the pricier side, I'd say that's a reasonable price. I could see how they got to that price.
Yeah, they are $550, but I was also comparing them to something like the Beats Solo 3s, which are about $350.
Okay.
And I mean, I don't know how the audio quality compares on the two of them because I obviously
Do you own Beats?
I do own a pair of Beats.
Those?
Yeah, the Beats Solo Pros.
Yeah.
Or the
And
Solo
how's
3s.
that quality? Do you think it's pretty solid?
Oh, they are great. I literally, when I go on planes, because I don't really like to use AirPods on planes because I'm just afraid they're gonna fall out of my ears. So I always try to use headphones.
And I think headphones are better at noise canceling. It just I don't know, it just puts you in that mood. And if you wear earbuds and you're going up the altitude, like one time I fell asleep on a plane and I had my earbuds in, and then I fell asleep and we landed, and I woke up and my ears were in some pretty, I don't know, they were in rough shape, dude. I was in pain. I was in some serious pain. But that was because the earbuds were in and I couldn't, the trick is to chew gum or yawn.
So your ears don't pop, yeah.
Yeah, so your ears don't pop. And mine never popped, so they just built up, and
but I was wondering,
at the end, I was just, oof.
What I was wondering about was the so I own a pair of AirPods Pro, and they have this thing called they have the noise cancellation, but they also have the transparency mode, and I have to say that's by far the best part of it because the transparency mode just.
Is that when it picks up voices?
Yeah, it picks up voices because it tunnels sound from the microphone into your ears. So it almost amplifies the noise around you, so it doesn't seem like you have headphones in.
That's crazy. I mean, I'm pretty sure the headphones that I have, they have a feature kind of like that where it picks up, people talking. But and you can obviously adjust the noise canceling level depending on where you are. But I mean, $550 for Apple. I mean, you get the clout too.
Yeah, I was gonna say
not?
when you walk down the street wearing a pair of AirPods Max, people are gonna look at you crazy.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, you just purchased an Apple product. You just got the new phone, right? I don't know if we talked about that last time.
Yeah, I purchased an iPhone 12 Pro Max.
Yeah.
I have to say, for the phone itself, probably the best investment I've made in the last few months. The camera quality on it is just.
I mean, if you're
great.
watching this on YouTube, the camera quality is of me. So if I have a pretty looking face, it's because of the camera, not because of not actually because of it.
We were discussing this before. And it also can run at 4K video, which is crazy.
It runs at 4K. I don't think this is in 4K, obviously,
no, it's
but. It can run in 4K, film that quality, which is for a phone is fantastic. I mean, competing with like a DSLR.
Oh God,
I'd
love it, dude. A DSLR would be awesome.
Nice, dude. If you want to donate to improve our equipment, go to Anchor, our Anchor page. If you go on the YouTube, there's a link in the About section to our Anchor. And you can donate, and we can get maybe a DSLR camera, and you'd be thoroughly enjoyed with the video quality. Also, I checked out some microphones for audio quality that I'm having prospects on. So check it out. Anyway, continue. Let's continue with this.
So if we could also talk about, how would you rank your holidays? Because I have a very strict ranking of my holidays.
Very strict.
Very strict. And I will tell you, I have a big upset at number one. Very big upset. I feel like the general population would say their favorite holiday is Christmas. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would say, hold on, let me think this one out. Because it used to be Thanksgiving used to be my favorite holiday. I love the food, I love the family, but just Christmas, every time it gets into the Christmas season, I always feel it, I can feel it in my bones. Like I can feel the Christmas coming, the holiday music starts playing, the whole city is decorated. It's great, the family, you got your parties with your friends, Secret Santa, Yankee Swap. I always love it. I can't help it. But yeah, I mean, no more Thanksgiving, no more Christmas this year. I mean, I mentioned my experience, my situation with holidays this year, but I think that Christmas will still probably remain at my top. So I'll say Christmas, I'll say Thanksgiving, and then are we doing top three? We'll say top three. So Christmas, Thanksgiving, and 4th of July.
I mean, 4th of July is okay. I feel like I don't know. I was never a big fan. I'm a big fan of it when I got older because I was just out with friends and just fucking around. But when you were younger, 4th of July kind of just, I don't know.
I remember pushing my brother into a frame, like a painting with a frame, and it broke the glass, and a piece of glass shot up his foot, and he had to go to the hospital. And that was completely my fault, and I stained the rug with blood.
Oh my god, I have the greatest.
Yeah, bro, I'm bloodthirsty. Watch out, dude. Watch out. Don't get me mad.
I have the greatest Easter story. So I'll tell you my rankings after. So me and my mom and my dad, we're getting ready for Easter, and I have a pretty big family, so usually my mom's family comes over for Easter. Mm-hmm. But beforehand, this is like the first year in a while. My mom was like, "Oh, let's go to church for Easter." I was like, "Okay, what the hell?" Yeah. So we're getting ready, and my dad has one of those back scratchers, those wooden back scratchers. Yeah. And he's scratching his back, and
in church.
No, I'm sure. Okay, before we go to church, yeah. And he cuts off. He gets a scab by accident with the back scratcher, and it's bleeding a little bit. He goes, it's nothing. So we put a Band-Aid on it, and we get in the car and we get ready to go to church. We get to church, and we go to an Armenian church, so it was kind of warm in there.
Interesting.
And my dad was like, "Oh, can you hold my jacket, my suit jacket, because it's kind of hot." Takes off the suit jacket, his white shirt. Full dripping with blood. Ugh. It was the funniest thing. Literally, one of the church ladies in the room gasped because there was so much blood. We had to bring him to the hospital and get him stitches.
Oh,
that was the craziest Thanksgiving.
By a back scratcher.
Yeah, by a back scratcher, but.
Bro, another torture weapon for the Chinese.
Yeah, I was actually looking at the water torture thing. The Mythbusters did an episode on that.
Was it a myth?
Yeah, it was. I guess they.
I did actually hear that if you do it, it doesn't actually do anything.
Well, you know what the thing is?
Some people.
The guy from Mythbusters was talking about it, and he said that the way it freaks people out is if you don't want to be doing it constantly at a certain rate, because then it just becomes like meditation almost if water keeps dripping on you. But if you do it at irregular rates at different times, nobody can tell you. No, you can't tell, and if it's the only thing you're focused on, you can't tell when it's going to drop on you, and it just messes with your mind.
Right, the anticipation.
Yeah, because you can't really tell when it's coming.
Yeah, it's just like a new album drop. Or the new iPhone comes out. Yeah. Playboy Cardi's new album. You never tell. You never know.
Yeah, you don't know.
Kanye's Yandi album. I was waiting a whole week. I was staying up late at night, and I was like, "When's it gonna drop?"
I was never a big music guy, but I'll tell you stuff like what are stuff that I anticipate dropping that just randomly drops? Like trailers for movies.
Trailers for movies.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Especially if it's the first trailer.
Oh,
first announced.
Oh, and you just you're like, oh, it's gonna if a movie studio announces it's gonna come out in at during a certain week, and you're just waiting the whole week.
Yeah, you know what just dropped? The Monster Hunter movie. I didn't even know that was gonna come out.
And did you see the new Marvel trailers that came out yesterday for Loki and WandaVision and
I did not.
Falcon and Winter Soldier? Oh, they look so good.
Yeah.
But I gotta buy Disney Plus.
Talking about WandaVision and everything, dude, that's coming on Disney Plus, right?
Yeah, I gotta buy Disney Plus.
I wish I have to buy it again, dude. I'm waiting until Mandalorian season 2 ends and then get right into it. I've seen, bro, on Instagram, I keep scrolling through, and I keep seeing spoilers on Mandalorian, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, I bought Disney Plus to watch Hamilton when it came out, and I'm like, I gotta buy it again. Hamilton was so good.
People.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about Hamilton. That was great. It's a good, blind people. Yep.
So if I was going to get back to my definitive rankings of the holidays, mine, big upset at number 1. I guess it's not that you were saying it, but my favorite holiday is Thanksgiving by far.
Thanksgiving's great.
Thanksgiving, it has the 3 Fs.
Yeah.
And one of them is not what you're what you're thinking.
Let's hear it.
It's family,
Family?
football, food.
Family football food.
It's so good. We got.
And fighting Native Americans.
Oh God, yeah. If we were gonna go in the
Kidding.
history.
Dude. It's a peace. It's the peace between Native Americans.
I mean, like we also did backstab.
We also did. We bought the Louisiana Purchase off of them, right?
No, I think we bought the. We bought.
Was that off the French?
It's either the French or the. No, it was the French.
It was the French. Oh shit! What was it?
Yeah, no, I think you.
For the Native Americans,
We never bought anything,
Had
actually.
their time with us.
I mean, we moved them from-
Apaches,
the Seminoles.
the Seminoles.
We moved them from Florida down into the like.
Comanches.
We moved them from like Florida to the
Florida.
west, and that was like the Trail of
The,
Tears.
the Trail of Tears.
I don't think we bought
Was that
that
Andrew
off.
Jackson? I remember visiting his house and people just talking about the Trail of Tears. But I mean, that got him on the $20 bill. So
Anyone listening, don't commit hate crimes to get on money. Please don't.
yeah, don't do it. I mean, all the currencies are taken up.
Yeah. Except for like when the penny goes away and then evidently comes back, and then we have to put somebody on the penny again.
You're not gonna put Abraham Lincoln?
I don't know if they get rid of
Back on the
if they get
penny.
rid of the penny and then they bring it back. I feel like we're gonna have a new person on.
I mean,
it.
we're having a full-on coin shortage. So
That is true.
I mean, that's rough, dude. You go to a Target, they won't give you back your coins. What are you gonna do?
So Ted, I have a question for you.
I have an answer, hopefully.
How often do you have to go to a restaurant to become a regular? Because I was talking to somebody about this the other day. Because I used to work at a mall, and every time I used to go to this burger place in the mall, because it was my lunch, I used to go there like every Saturday or Sunday.
I would say at least 4 times a week.
4 times a week to become a regular.
I work at JJ's Ice Cream Shop Upton, Mass, and we have regulars. We have this guy named Jerry. God bless Jerry, dude. He is a beautiful man. I love Jerry so much. I hope he's listening because he needs his praise. You know, he would come in. He would either get the no sugar flavors on a plain cone. Every single day he'd get 2. He'd get one for him and one for his wife. There's Jerry. There was Maggie, who would come in. She'd get a black cow. A black cow is a root beer float. They used to call them black cows. Little did I know until I met Maggie. But she's wonderful too, a sweetheart. Alfred, he never. I mean, sometimes he comes up and he gets a pistachio cone, but he's always sitting in his PT Cruiser right in the front of the parking lot, and watches people every day. He gave us one time he came in over this past summer. He came in with 20 watches. He just gave us the watches, and he was like, he gave us batteries too. It's the weirdest thing. Wow, I love it though, because now I got a couple watches from Alfred. Great man, dude. Great man.
I was gonna say I mean, I feel like the nut low restaurant to become a regular at is like McDonald's. If you go to a McDonald's enough to that where they know your order, it's kind of like
they know your. Oh, that's true. They know your order. Yeah, that's great.
My dad, it's so funny. So he goes to McDonald's every morning, and at this point they know his order, so they give him his coffee that he he doesn't order sugar because he's diabetic and everything.
Yeah.
And then he orders, mind you, I don't understand why he does this, but he orders a breakfast burrito at McDonald's. And not like a McMuffin or something, a breakfast burrito.
A breakfast burrito, yeah.
It's so strange.
That
but
is interesting.
I mean, the McDonald's breakfast burrito
I
is
love
okay.
McDonald's breakfast. Like
Oh,
everything.
it's so good.
Right? You get
I
a
love
hash
when they're
brown.
doing-
You get and sausage egg biscuit. Oh,
24-hour breakfast is great.
it's fantastic, dude. It's always has been. Always has been. Yeah.
We could also talk about what are your favorite type of shoes? Because I have like definitive like number one favorite shoe, and then it's kind of like jumbled up after that.
Yeah. So in my middle school days, I was a big DC guy. I would always have Osiris. I think that's the name. The high top, basketball shoes. Always a big fan of those. But then I started leaning more towards Vans and Adidas, like towards late middle school. I'd say around 8th grade. I changed into wanted to get fancy, get nice, maybe some desert boots, get some nice leather shoes. I would wear those for like 3 years straight. And then One summer, I was going on a service trip to Chicago, and I was like, I need some white leather shoes that are comfy because
White leather.
white pleather probably. They were
Pleather.
probably pleather, but I need some white shoes that can just hold up and will not get my feet hot in the middle of the summer, while I'm doing some work. And then I got some Reeboks, the Club 85, Club 85s. And they blew my mind, dude. They blew my mind. They were so comfy, and they fit with so many of my outfits. I was like, this is amazing. And then I just kept on going that white leather trend. I got white leather. I got my Adidas Continentals on right now. I love them. I mean, comfy shoes. Dad shoes. They're coming back.
Dad shoes.
For the better.
The Fila and the Puma.
The Filas. I got some Filas, bro.
Dude, we used to sell those we sell them at JCPenney. They sell it every year.
Yeah,
every year. And you
can't
see like from different ages, from like old men to like 20-year-old kids walking in.
Yeah.
With like buying Filas. It's crazy.
Yeah, Filas or Pumas or Reeboks.
My definitive ranking of shoes, I'd say my number one. My number one, and I don't think it's ever going to change in time, is the Michael Air Jordan 1s.
Yeah.
They're just like an iconic silhouette. They're just beautiful.
Yeah, you can never forget them.
And they got different colorways
And they're
too.
great. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I do love those shoes. Like if I was in third grade, I'd probably murder for that. I would probably murder someone for those shoes. I'd probably
You'd
steal
murder
someone's
somebody
shoes.
for their shoes. Actually, some kid did get murdered for his Jordans, but
I'm pretty sure a lot of people probably get murdered for their Jordans, especially Air Force.
Oh,
Air Forces are.
Air Force Ones are so nice.
They're so nice. I should get a pair, but they're expensive, but they give you mad clout.
Yeah.
Dude, you see someone with Air Forces, oof.
I was gonna say that's one of my that falls into like everything else aside from me. Like to me, like it goes Jordan 1s,
Yeah.
then everything else. And like I got Air Force 1s.
Air Force Ones.
I like Timberlands.
Tim's,
I'm
yeah.
wearing them right now.
Can't get sick of Tim's. They're great work boots. You feel like a man when you wear them. You go out.
They're
You gotta
great.
get stuff. You gotta build a barn.
Build
That's
a
what I
barn.
feel. That's what I feel.
Well,
when
you're the one wearing overalls, so you
What
gonna
I
build me
wear.
a barn.
I'll build you a barn. We'll have a barn raising.
That
Invite everybody.
I will say I love Converse too. Those just are iconic.
Converse.
too.
That's a Boston brand. Converse. That's iconic too. You see a lot of people with Converse. You're like, damn, dude, they're sick.
They just make
they're
me
good
think of-
skater shoe too.
They make
You
me
ever
think
see
of Larry
people-
Bird, the Converse,
You
just
have-
every time.
You have like people seeing. They got some like Adidas Superstars on.
Oh,
or
I
some
love
Converse.
those. Yes. Yeah,
They're Adidas All Stars or Super. What are they?
I think they're all stars.
All Stars. Sorry, my bad.
Dude,
Yeah, but you see them. Skater Vans. Obviously, everybody loves Vans. Vans are fantastic. I just bought some Van boots. Yeah, they got some all-terrain boots that I love wearing. I do love wearing those.
Yeah, I just gotta. They're just so expensive. Like shoes are just so like outrageous today. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to be like super hipster about it, you can go to like a Savers and buy like a $5 dad shoe, and then people will respect you so much for it. Yeah.
I was gonna say you can also what was it? I think StockX. You can just look at some of their prices, and I know they have some like cheaper ones on there.
Yeah, definitely. And you can buy, shoes from other people, especially like high quality. People take really good care of their shoes. I got a good friend, Omar, from back at home. He had the nicest shoes, the freshest, cleanest. Oh my God, he'd have those shoes for 8 years. His foot size never changed.
I respect people.
And
like
he
that.
would have the brightest, no creases or anything. He takes perfect care. He's got great taste in shoes too. So, but yeah, definitely respect that man, dude. Bless up. All right, so Chris, I want to loop back to the Taiwan subject that I brought up with Bob, because I know you have a little bit more knowledge and would like to explain a little bit more about the situation. So let's hear it.
So I'm just, as somebody who just studies political science and global politics too, because I was big into Model United Nations in high school. The Taiwan subject is actually very interesting because it's a big study on like how countries view certain autonomous bodies. So the thing about Taiwan is that basically when the Communist Party came into power in China, it was basically a civil war. There was the Communist Chinese Party, led by Mao Zedong, and the Nationalist Party. And what happened was, and the Nationalist Party was very much backed by the United States and other democratic countries,
Right.
while the Soviet Union really backed Mao Zedong and the communist regime in China.
Right.
And what happened was the communist regime basically won the war and had taken over all of mainland China
All of mainland.
and pushed Taiwan out to what is called Taiwan, the Chinese Nationalist Party, to that island that's over there.
Right.
And right now, the way America views Taiwan, I believe they see it as two separate countries. So they have Taiwan.
Yeah, I mean, I always thought it was. I mean, because you look at I remember, I definitely brought this up before, but you look at a map, you see China and you see Taiwan. So you're like, oh, these are different countries. But no, apparently, they're just one. And then you have the division of politics, where they have a democracy instead of
A communist regime.
A communist regime.
Yeah, but so the difference is that the Chinese Communist Party doesn't believe that Taiwan's an actual country, a separate sovereign nation.
Yeah.
They see it as
And Taiwan
part of
wants
it.
to become.
Yeah, and Taiwan is no, we are a sovereign nation, and the United States sees us as so. And it's kind of like a global politics thing because China alienates people or the Chinese Communist Party alienates people that see Taiwan as a sovereign nation.
Yeah, and I think you definitely see this with Hong Kong too, because Hong Kong's more.
They're autonomous. Hong Kong wants to remain autonomous from mainland China, and the thing is it's
a big dispute, very, very deep. Yeah, different perspectives for sure.
Yeah, it's just that I think and the interesting thing is when you talk to people that grew up in China, they don't really view Taiwan as a separate nation. Americans, if you grow up and you learn a little bit about globalized politics, everyone will tell you, in America at least, that Taiwan's a separate country. Mm-hmm. But a lot of the time in China, you grow up and you think that Taiwan is just this it's part of China, but they have politicians there that believe they should be autonomous.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird. It's you think in China with all the censorship of media and the government controlling all business, it's you'd think that they're putting out some false narratives in a bunch of stories and whatnot. Which I mean, they probably are. They might be, but I mean, so is America. You think Taiwan is a different country. It's not. It's part of China. You think China suppresses Tiananmen Square, or they suppress the Hong Kong issue, but it's just a different. It's we put this kind of image on the whole situation and give our own narrative, and turns out it's just completely different.
Yeah, it's almost for me, when I think about it, it's almost as if let's say Alaska declared itself to be independent from the United States.
Yeah.
The United States would still say, no, Alaska is part of the United States. What the hell are they thinking? But maybe Alaskans would be no, we're an independent country.
Wasn't there a movement in Portland, Oregon?
Portland, Oregon. What?
Didn't they want to be? They wanted to be autonomous.
I've never heard. Oh, no, it's.
Oh, Chaz.
No, Chaz.
That's
Seattle,
in
Washington.
Seattle.
Yeah, but that's a good example because Chaz is it was they believed that they were or they used to say that they were autonomous from the United States because of the Black Lives Matter movement and police brutality, and that they would not stand for the governments that were allowing that.
Right.
And the thing is that's kind of what Taiwan and the relationship between China and Taiwan is on just a very micro level though.
Yeah.
That they don't believe in some of the Chinese government policies, and they believe they're autonomous, but the main government of the United States and the main government of China don't believe that, and they don't want to give them national sovereignty.
And as Bob was saying, it's almost China, mainland China treats it as if they're one country. They give Taiwan their own politics and let them run politics a little bit differently, but they're still within China. Where situation where in Chaz, for example, if Chaz actually became an independent country, things will be a lot different, obviously. I don't think we'd recognize it as a part of America, but hypothetically, if we were to have this as an example, Chaz would be a part of America, and Chaz would be the Taiwan
No, Chaz would be
America's
Taiwan.
China.
Yep,
Yeah.
the Taiwan of America. But like the thing is, and I also think the reason Taiwan has remained safe from like mainland China is, mind you, that like the United States wants to protect Taiwan because it views it as like a democratic nation in like in Asia that has influence over.
Right, right.
And they wouldn't want China to just take over them.
I think a big thing too was the whole Red Scare.
Oh, the Cold War, yeah.
Yeah, the Cold War, the Red Scare. People don't like communism in America, but now, things are changing. People are like, give us socialism, right? But, which is leaning more towards communist. But, I mean, you see this, and countries like we go to wars because of this to prevent communism from getting bigger. Like we went to war in Vietnam, in
Korea, in Afghanistan,
and it's just. I think that plays a big influence where we think that capitalism, that a democracy and a republic is the way to go, and it definitely helps. It definitely helps, but it comes with issues of its own.
I will say the American political ideology is interesting because America believes that it is like not manifest destiny, but it believes like in preserving the idea of like democracy. Yeah, then they used to be that like since before the United States, before they like colonized basically all of North America, it was that like
that was manifest.
Yeah, that was manifest destiny.
You would go east to west coast.
Yep, and they were spreading like democracy.
Yeah.
But like now America like
taking a bunch of land, and that's when Thanksgiving truly.
Yeah, we looked back to Thanksgiving, but
yeah.
But no, it's the but now America views the whole world as like part of its own like ecosystem, and that they have to spread democracy around the world. And that's when you get to like the idea of also American isolationist and or isolationism, and the idea that maybe America is like should be its own like nation and not try to spread its like own ideas onto other countries. But I mean, that's controversial because like a lot of Americans, it's funny because I think especially with the Trump administration, you hear a lot of America's the greatest country in the world, and that like we are a superpower and our global economy is so powerful and everything. But you also, but it's funny because it's kind of hypocritical because they also talk about the beginning of American isolationism and that we should stay in our own country and not have to deal with like spending money on England and stuff. And those are kind of two conflicting ideas because if America's so great, then it should probably be helping other countries. But the interesting thing is if you think that it should be isolationist, then you kind of can't be the greatest country in the world because then you know what I mean?
Yes, I definitely agree with that. I think I'm conflicted myself with that issue because I do believe America has its own issues that should be figured out. Maybe before getting in conflicts with other countries, that's just like saying you have to fix yourself before you can fix other people, you know what I mean? Just so you can have credibility. But I mean, America is like seen as one of the top nations. So when you're up that high, you almost feel obligation towards helping other countries. But then, I mean, America has its own problems, and other countries. I do think it's very important to help other countries, especially if you feel this very strong sense of like justice almost, and like righteousness within politics too. We believe that our way of democracy is great, so we should spread it with the other countries and whatnot. We have political affairs, international affairs with all the other countries too. But I do think that's very important to be involved in other countries, but definitely we're not perfect.
I mean, yeah, there's stuff like, especially if you look in especially during, like we were talking about earlier, the Cold War in Afghanistan and the Middle East and stuff, the United States action in the Middle East during the Cold War to stop the spread of communism was a direct, reason why we had things like 9/11, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people were mad about the United States going into the Middle East, and as much as we saw it as like a crusade to stop communism from spreading, and we thought of it as like a crusade to continue the life of democracy. Many people saw it as an independent body going into their own homeland to cause problems. And they only saw war. And the thing is, then they got mad at the United States for it. And as much as we didn't want that to happen,
right,
it's an effect of us going into other nations.
Yeah. That, I mean, yeah, you see that with Vietnam War, right?
Oh yeah, Vietnam too.
They just only saw war, and they were like, you know what? We're just gonna take a different approach. We're not gonna go with America. We're just give us this so we can end the war. And you know, this guy's not that bad. We'll just
Yeah, that's how, I mean that's how the time that's how Vietnam viewed communism, and it was like it's just another political ideology that we believe in, and they kind of saw America trying to prop up a nationalist leader as like a government's interfering with their own country, and if you and Americans kind of see it now. I mean, in a micro level, we see it with the interference of elections in the United States. No country likes other countries meddling in their own affairs, and I think and if America that's a micro level, but what happens if Russia had a nationalist ambassador come to the United States and run for president, and say this is our president? Nobody in America would like him, but and if that led to war, that's basically what happened in Vietnam. So I think America has to look at itself and say, listen, they have to respect what the United Nations represents, which is autonomous national sovereignty.
Yeah, and kind of just the United Nations just has this huge sense of justice too. So especially if you go on the website and you did Model UN, so you understand that they're trying to fix all these issues with the world.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting too, and I mean we might get later on this podcast on doing a political compass test and the idea of in
depth about it too,
leaning right and left and deciding whether or not you are more of a liberal or I don't know exactly how to say it, but you're just it's interesting because I mean personally, I was saying in the other podcast, I'm a centrist, but there are things the United States does that I completely disagree with. But
yep. So again, to bring back this subject, I think is extraordinarily interesting, and that I think you find interesting, and hopefully many other people, is the whole idea with aliens. I just think that's crazy, dude. Who? This guy. This is really intelligence officer, I believe. He spreads what? Can you look it up?
yeah,
He spreads this information that aliens have been existing in society for the past couple of years and integrated, and how they're just observing us to find out about our culture and how to solve their own issues, and it's just crazy to me, what made aliens want to come to Earth? What's so exciting?
we're pretty interesting, I think.
We are pretty
But so real quote: the unidentified flying objects have asked not to publish that they are here. Humanity is not ready yet. Ted, what do you think? Is humanity ready for aliens yet?
If you asked me 5 years ago, no. But I think we're ready. I think people are way more open to the idea. I think the Israeli guy, he said, if you asked me I knew this for 15 years or something. If you asked me 15 years ago, I would be in a mental institution. And, he might be right for all this alien stuff. You have the people wearing tinfoil on their head and making fun of them. It's just but now it's just the army, the military posted a video of a UFO flying by at abnormal speeds. We have such evidence. It's just what's that? Ancient Aliens. You ever see
Ancient Aliens on History Channel? Yeah, those are so
Ancient
funny.
Aliens. It's just that's it's starting to become real. It's the pyramids. There's even technology today, you could not recreate the pyramids with that precision. So they would either have to they would either have to be working with aliens or have some sort of magic tools or something. I don't know what it was, but it was pretty crazy on this stuff. It's just what are aliens up to? You know what I mean?
Have you seen all the? Nah, I think the best part about this was all the memes that came out of it. Have you
Yeah.
seen the like Galactic Federation and it was like the Star Wars people, or like the Star Trek and everything? Oh, it's just so funny. But
apparently Trump knows about it.
yeah, it says what
Trump knew about the aliens.
they have a line here. Let's see. He added that President Donald Trump was aware of extraterrestrials' existence and have been on the verge of revealing information, but has been asked not to in order to prevent mass hysteria.
Wow, dude. I mean, next thing you know, I'm gonna be that Katy Perry song. You know.
I'm surprised. Do you think Trump would not leak alien information?
It's just be so weird. I mean, think about how serious the subject is. First of all, having connections to life outside of Earth, like that's insane. Especially if they can live here, we can live there. You know. So, you think he's debriefed? Like when he's first indicted, he goes in.
What do you think Trump?
President Trump, please sit down.
Are you an alien? Am I Trump and you're an alien? Is this?
No, you're Trump. I'm the guy debriefing you.
All right, about the aliens. Okay.
President.
Hello, how's it going? My name's Trump. I'm very interested to hear about these aliens. What's happening?
Please, sir. We didn't even mention the aliens yet.
Are they
Please
huge?
Take a seat.
Are they huge?
We have communications with extraterrestrial life forms, and they have been living on this planet for years now.
Do they know about my taxes?
The aliens know about your taxes.
Oh God.
But they don't do their taxes.
So they're like Al
They're
Capone.
illegal. They're illegal aliens.
They're illegal aliens.
Coming in, not paying their taxes.
Call ICE. We need to deport them.
You think they're space ice?
Oh my God, space ice.
Space ice? Oh my God.
Do you think
Deport the aliens?
deport aliens?
That's probably...
Do you think that's what Trump was actually talking about when he was saying we have to deport illegal?
When he was talking about the immigrants, he's talking about space immigrants?
Space immigrant. He's not talking about Mexicans. He's talking about space immigrants.
When he's saying build a wall, he means a dome around the entire Earth.
Yeah, he means an earth wall, not really.
He wants the ozone layer to be solid.
Yeah, that's why he doesn't believe in global warming.
Yeah, he thinks the Earth is flat.
I'm just surprised. I feel like this conversation between Trump and the aliens is kind of funny because imagine they're like, listen, Trump, you need to like make sure there's not mass hysteria. But Trump's like, but think about how many people would love me if I explained there was aliens.
If I exposed there was... Apparently, he almost exposed there was aliens when he was first, and
You think he got clout with the aliens because he was like, listen, because
Yeah,
I'm
I
such a
think the
good
aliens
president.
love him. I think the aliens are fascinated by him.
What do you
Because he's
think?
just a specimen of himself. You know what I mean?
Do you think Trump is an alien?
Trump?
You think he's just trying to fuck with us and it's like he's like
Dang, dude.
Could you imagine if
Do you
Trump
think
was
Trump
an alien?
is an alien? He is like an interesting character. I mean, if an alien infiltrated
That would explain a
U.S.
lot.
politics, if he becomes one of the supreme world leaders,
That would explain so much if Trump was actually an alien.
yeah, he's just playing a game.
Yeah, he's just fucking with people. What do you think Joe Joe Biden, he's president. How do you think he talks to Native Americans? He's like
To Native Americans?
or not I meant
wonder how he
aliens.
talks to Native Americans. I mean,
Aliens, sorry. How do you think Joe Biden talks to aliens?
To aliens, let's see. I feel like we're trying to... Well, let's see. Donald Trump was an alien.
Okay, yep.
Joe Biden's going against an alien. And they call him Sleepy Joe. Do you think aliens are injecting some foreign, hallucinogen, a foreign
You think they're causing him to be
Drug?
sleepy?
to make him who he is? They're sabotage. Maybe this is their plan. Donald Trump came to sabotage America as an alien. And then since the American people kind of are like, okay, this man is a little scary. So
You sound
they're
like Alex Jones right
they're
now.
like,
This is
we'll
great.
get Joe Biden in, but we'll mess with him. Joe Biden's human. We'll mess with him, so we'll give him these like loopy drugs. He doesn't know what he's talking about. So playing with his hair. What was it?
Oh my God! Yeah.
leg hair or
Did you
something?
see the Oh, I love the clip. I know this doesn't relate, but the clip where he's like talking about his sister being the love of his life. Have you seen that? he talks about, because I think it was like you know those like celebrity like look up what people search for you on Google,
Right.
And it's like, does Joe Biden have brothers? And he's like, yes, I have 2 older brothers and 1 sister who's the love of my life. And it was
I
like,
mean, it's that hospitality, dude. People are gonna say their sisters. You know, if you go to certain parts of America, the people will say, "Oh, my sister's gorgeous." You know, they don't want to say she's ugly. You know what I mean? But like, if you go to other countries too, you know, you're like Italy. Like, I had an Italian friend. He's like, "Oh, my sister's so pretty. I'm so glad that she's a part of my family." You know, and it was in the genes. You know, so he's calling himself pretty by saying that. So, you know, just that different kind of hospitality and treatment of family. So it's a little different.
I didn't have siblings, so like, I wouldn't know.
It's like only child syndrome.
Only child syndrome. Yeah.
So back to the subject though, if the aliens are controlling Biden, say Kamala was.
Do you think Kamala's an alien? And
Kamala's an alien.
She's got the strings.
They manipulated it. They hypnotized. I feel like this is like a Goosebumps.
Goosebumps.
We're
like
just
the book?
like the real world is just a Goosebumps episode, where an alien has infiltrated the office, and is manipulating. I mean That's another debate, dude. If the president's being manipulated, do you think he's just like a showman?
Yeah, maybe Trump's not an alien.
Do you think he's actually in power, or it's just the people around him? You know,
Maybe Trump's not an alien. It's like somebody around him. Like maybe they're controlling what he thinks.
yeah,
Like,
Melania.
no, I would have said Mike Pence, but yeah, Melania makes a lot of sense.
Lizard people are aliens, dude.
Baron Trump's the actual like.
Baron Trump's an alien.
Well, how did he have such a big growth spurt?
Yeah, no. Melania's an alien surrogate, and Baron Trump is the offspring.
Have you seen the movie like Prometheus?
No.
Oh my god. Yeah, I was gonna say that. The movie's fucked up, but there's like an alien C-section in that movie.
My God,
and I'm just
bro.
seeing Melania Trump's face in that movie. I don't know why. But I don't know if now I'm kind of afraid about our American political system
Yeah,
because
I'm scared now, dude.
we've been
I don't know how to
fucking
handle extraterrestrial life, or maybe I do because they're so integrated. Like say
I'm an alien, you know. I could be fucking with you right now.
Say name a country.
The United Kingdom.
Say the no.
Okay.
Say Ireland.
Okay.
Say Ireland was a land of aliens.
Okay.
Okay, and we've learned how to deal with aliens that entire time, and we just call them Irish people. You know what I mean? Aliens are actually, extraterrestrial. But and so when we're scared of this kind of invasion from them, then we can think, we already know how to deal with it. They're just Irish people, because we're already, adapted to them. So maybe they're not just, these enigmas of enigma beings, unknown, mysterious beings.
So what I'm hearing is I shouldn't go to Ireland.
I'm saying you should, dude. That's where it's at, dude.
Yeah, redheads are the real aliens. This is what I'm hearing.
Imagine.
Oh my god, redheads are.
They
actually
release
aliens.
footage of aliens. And it's just like Meredith from Brave.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious, dude. After that space talk, it's got me thinking about Elon Musk a lot because what's the next kind of space travel? What do you think? Aliens are driving around in convertibles up there in their spaceship. Do they got like a Star Trek thing, or are they in like a Tesla?
I mean, I feel like Teslas are like the cars of aliens, honestly.
They are kind of. I mean, they're alien looking, especially the new Cybertruck.
Oh my god, the Cybertruck! Did you see the video? I mean, you have to have had when he throws the rock at the Cybertruck
Yes.
and it breaks the window.
And it breaks the window.
I mean, like personally, I didn't think it looks good. Like, I'm more of a person who likes. Like, the Cybertruck really wasn't my kind of car to vibe with, but I'm more of a Corvette or like... Surprisingly, if we're talking about normal cars, I really like sedans for some reason. Sedans have like such a nice look.
Right now I'm rocking with a PT Cruiser.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're running a PT Cruiser.
Yeah, it's kind of like broken. It's pretty much my first car, so I mean, it's my grandma's old car. She loved that thing.
What year?
2002, baby.
Oh, how many
Year I
miles?
was born. God, if I know, bro.
You don't know how many miles your car has?
No, dude.
I'll tell you my car. So I'm rocking a 2000 Ford Taurus.
Yeah.
And 2004 Taurus, we just hit 200,000 miles on it, which is a pretty big accomplishment,
pretty
honestly. But it's not actually.
Did you get it used?
Well, it was my parents' car, so yeah, it was used. But it's not actually as crazy as this other one we have. So we have a 1993. I want to say 1992 Ford Ranger.
Okay.
365,000 miles on it before it just broke down. The body was just rotting from underneath, and we just had to get rid of it.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, do your parents buy like new cars? Because I mean, mine.
No, they always do.
Used.
What's it called when you have?
Oh, do they do like a lease?
Lease. Yeah, they always lease the cars.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Actually, no. My dad buys. He'll buy like a truck. Actually, no. My dad buys his cars. My mom leases.
I don't think I could lease a car. I'd like want to own it. You know what I mean? If I was gonna get a car.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I mean, like, so my family, yeah, we always buy used because I mean, do you realize that the second you drive your car off the lot, it loses like a good majority of its value?
Yeah.
Because it just becomes a used car at that point.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy to think about. Like, you just moving a like physical item from like one street to another street just loses it like 30, like, or like not even 30, like just like thousands and thousands of dollars of value.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. But like, I don't know. I mean, I think if I was gonna so I was thinking about this the other day with a friend of mine. If I was gonna buy my son or daughter a new car, I think I'd get them a Toyota Corolla.
Okay, yeah.
Because those are just the most like, I feel like they're the most generic like new person car.
What's that Volkswagen one that everyone's got?
Oh, Volkswagen. Let me look it up. I mean,
there's a Ford Fusion. I would go with that. Ford Fusions are nice, or a Honda Civic. I would go. Those are trustworthy.
I mean, I always like
for a first car. I would say those are,
when
a lot of my friends rock those.
When I started driving, I mean, like, I mean the Ford Taurus, also another like really generic car, but they're also just super reliable.
Yeah, good with gas.
Yeah, they are very good with gas. So.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, Volkswagens are nice.
I would go foreign brand. I would go Honda, Volkswagen, Toyota. A lot of these foreign brands, they don't eat up as much gas.
That's true.
As say like a Ford or a Chevy.
I always when I'm older, I was looking at sports cars because I kind of want to own a sports car when I'm older.
Who doesn't?
But yeah, but I kind of want to own an efficient one that's not like super expensive. So I was looking at this Kia Stinger, and they're kind of like a mid-sized luxury sports car.
Yeah.
They're so like, I hate to use the word like cute, but they're kind of like, they're nice. If you ever like find one on the internet, they have such a nice body and like face to them, and I don't know if I'm not gonna. When I'm older, I'm probably not gonna have enough money to buy like a Maserati or like a Lamborghini or something like that.
I mean, the newest things are like supercars. You ever see these supercars?
No, I haven't heard of those. What are those?
They're just like these like super like extravagant, like you would never see, like millions, maybe even like a billion. Okay, maybe not a billion, but millions of dollars. Like there's this one that really stands out. It's an Avatar. It's themed off of Avatar.
I saw that. Yeah, the James Cameron one.
Yeah, but it's like, it looks amazing. It's like light up on the inside. The stick shift is just like a nipple. They call it like a nipple.
Nipple?
It's a nipple, bro. It's like a little bump, and the wheels go in all directions.
What?
So they go horizontally. You got to check it out, dude.
It's a self-driving car.
Avatar.
It's
a Mercedes. Right? It's Mercedes. It is self-driving too. Yeah. It's Mercedes, and like the back of the car like flares up. It's like it is like it's because it's based off of Avatar. Some of the animals it'll like fringe it's like hairs almost. It almost has like hairs. Beautiful looking car. And Sony's coming out with a supercar. A lot of big car companies are coming out with these, and it is just gorgeous.
Yeah, this thing looks crazy. What the hell?
Sexy car, bro.
Would you let a car self-drive you? I'd feel very uncomfortable allowing a car to self-driving for some reason.
I want self-driving because some people are just really bad drivers.
Oh my God.
Some people are just really bad drivers, and they need it. They honestly need it. And I think self-driving would be great for people partying. You don't need a designated driver anymore.
Oh, that's true too. I didn't even think about that.
So I mean, it's something we need and something for the future, but it definitely needs to be worked upon because obviously there was accidents with a lot of self-driving cars. But I mean, accidents are gonna happen regardless. I mean, self-driving or not, people get in car crashes for the stupidest reasons. But you have a self-driving car. I think it would be nice. I mean, you have the automatic brakes for sensing. They have sensors and they brake for you see those commercials. They just backing up into like a garbage can or something. I don't.
Do you have a worst road rage story? Because I do. It's kind of not embarrassing, but it's just like this guy awful. Like he almost. Well, I'll ask you. Any road rage stories, Ted?
No. I got my license in September. So and I just.
Oh, so you just got your license?
Yeah, I just got my license this past September. I don't know why I waited so long. But I mean, I wasn't busy. I didn't really need a car. I didn't have enough money to pay for insurance anyway. So, but yeah, I'm fixing on my car. Technically, when I say I'm rocking a PT Cruiser, I'm fixing it up to get it driving. So technically, I haven't been on the road yet. So no, not really. I mean, there's always jerks when I'm driving with my parents or my siblings, but nothing bad.
So I'll tell you about my road rage story. So I'm driving. So right where I get out, where I drive, like to get out of my driveway, there's this big road that leads up to a like kind of shopping mall area, and that shopping mall area has like a multi-lane intersection. So I get out and I'm driving up, and there's this green light, and I go through the green light, and there's this guy behind me, and the light right after I go through it turns red. And this guy beeps at me, and I'm like, okay. But there's a light after it, so of course I have to sit at the light after it. And the guy pulls up to my left, and he pulls up to my left, and he starts fucking swearing. He's like, you fucking asshole, you left me at the, you couldn't go after the green. And I'm literally just trying to ignore him.
Yeah.
He gets out of his car. He's leaving his car running, gets out of it, starts tapping on my window. He's like, get out of the fucking car. And I'm like, oh my God, man. I'm like, please stop.
No.
And he's starting to walk over to my driver's side to open my door. First of all, I locked my door.
Yeah,
Like, don't come to my door, by the way. Like, give your head a shake. And I'm like, please, God, just let this green light go. Green light goes, guy in front of me. There's no guy in front of me. I literally floored it. I must have been going like 60 in a second. Floored my car.
Yeah.
To leave this guy.
Oh, that's
I'm like,
impressive.
what kind of person like gets out of their car to confront another driver? I was like, that's crazy.
Well, I remember in my I had to do driver's ed classes.
Yeah, me too.
And they would tell us a bunch of horror stories. There's one where it's like this guy comes out of his car with a crossbow.
Crossbow. Oh my God. Yeah, my teacher used to say that too.
Yes. Like, weird crossbow story, and then you'd watch an interview, and he's like, I don't regret it. And yikes, dude. That guy's got mad road rage.
That's so weird because
comes out of a car and shoots you with a crossbow. And a hunter's crossbow, so you can't pull it. When you pull it out, it's got like barbs on it, or like they're dead.
You know what's funny? I swear everyone I've met that's done driver's ed has always talked about the crossbow. I don't know why that's such a
it's such
universal story that everyone talks about.
It's such a weird, but kind of entertaining, but also like super like horrific. Like this is like worst case. This is like legit worst case road rage. Like a guy comes out and shoots you with a crossbow.
I don't know what I'd do. If somebody came out with a crossbow aimed at me, I think I'd just beg. I'd be like, please stop. I'm like,
I don't think the guy got warning. I think he just got shot with a crossbow out of nowhere.
If you had to fight a guy with a crossbow with a weapon,
I would die.
No, I know. If you had to choose a weapon, what would it be?
A crossbow.
you would fight a crossbow with a crossbow,
No,
really?
bro.
No, I'd do a gun.
Gun. I don't know how to handle a gun properly, so probably maybe a crossbow.
I think I'd choose either a gun or a throwing knife.
What?
Because no, just think about this. Throwing knife.
A throwing knife?
It's so easy to use.
You throw it.
Yeah, you throw it. It's like you don't need to aim. You don't need to like, or well, you do need to aim, but you need to like, you don't need to like.
Stun gun maybe. That might be my best. Incapacitate him.
And then just run away.
But stun guns are they don't work. If you only get one out of the 2 hooks, it doesn't work.
Oh yeah, dude. Because they like, I mean, and I'm like, I haven't tased myself ever before, but like, I feel like if a taser got me, I wouldn't be like incapacitated right away. Like, I think
I would shit my pants. If I got tased, not gonna lie.
You know when you die, you shit your pants. I didn't know that until recently. And
you shit your pants, dude.
Romeo and Juliet became like.
You pass your last gas, last pass of gas.
Last gas pass.
Unless you die on the toilet, then I guess you don't shit your pants.
No, because then you're already on there. Or if you've already gone, you don't need to worry about it.
Yeah, that's kind of how I want to go.
You want to go on the toilet?
Yeah, dude, clean it up. Maybe I'll clean myself up before I die.
I don't know how I want to go. Maybe
I'd rather that than shit my pants.
I actually, I was talking to somebody about this, about, what do they call that when they turn you into ashes?
Cremation.
Cremation. I was talking to them about it. And I was like, if I was going to die, 100% I want like a Viking funeral. You know what that is?
Oh, go in a boat?
When you go on a boat and they shoot like a flaming
arrow.
Oh, dude, that's so badass instead of being like
cool,
buried or cremated.
I mean, yeah, might as well, go that way because if you get cremated, a lot of people, they spread the ashes on like in the Grand Canyon or in the Pacific Ocean or something. It's just something like that where a Viking's funeral, you're kind of like going out into the ocean. But in a freaking cool way. Dude.
Yeah, no, I'd love that, honestly.
Yeah, I would love that. I don't know how I would want to... do I want a grave? Do I want to... Graves are expensive. Cremation is probably expensive too, but a Viking's funeral, that would be pretty cool, dude.
Yeah, if they could just put like a sign by the lake and be like, this is where Chris's body was like Vikinged. Like right there.
Yeah.
Then like 100% I'd be like, that'd be like fine.
Are you a man of faith?
Like Catholicism, like I've done 12 years of Catholic schooling, so like I guess so.
Yeah.
I mean, like I'm very well versed in religion, but not like I'm not a huge believer. I'm not gonna get on my knees and be like, God bless.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a Catholic as well, and I'm pretty sure. I mean, cemetery, burials are pretty big, but a cremation is not gonna. Actually, I'm pretty sure.
I know a lot of Catholics
it's frowned against if you get cremated. I don't know. I had some weird priests growing up, not in the way that.
Oh, okay. Do you want to tell us about that?
None of the way you think. None of the way. It's just they would tell us the weirdest stuff. Like one of them said that pets don't go to heaven, and then I talked to another one, and he said they wait on this thing called the Rainbow Bridge. So, pets do go to heaven. They wait on if they die before you, they'll wait next to the pearly gates, and they'll just wait. On this thing called the Rainbow Bridge for when you get up there, and then if they die after you, I guess they'll just meet you there. I guess they'll show up late to the party.
So the Catholic Church does permit cremation, but it's important to note that it still favors burial over cremation
because it's a whole ceremony.
Yeah. I mean, like I don't know. I mean, like. I don't know. I mean, like, honestly, also at this point, like, if I'm going to die, I'm going to die, and I don't think I'm going to care about what happens to my body once I'm dead. So, like, people want to do whatever they want to do with it, they can. Just don't tear my body.
I'll make my family pay for it. Because I don't want to. I mean, death is a huge thing in many religions and many cultures. After I die, even the way I die, I don't really care about the way I die because, it's death. Like, if it's my last moments.
You're going to pull a Rocky IV and be like, if I die, I die. If he dies, he dies.
That's the second time you mentioned that.
Yeah, from Ivan Drago. Did I say it in the last podcast?
You did.
Ivan Drago, big influence on my life.
If I die, if I die, I die, If I die in a painful way, how's that going to make a difference in the end if I die in a peaceful way?
Yeah, sometimes you just got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them down. Love Kenny Rogers, the GOAT.
Yeah.
All right, let me just check the video one more time.
Bro, Chris, I'm going to have to cut out so fucking much.
Yeah, I'm just going to have cuts. Well, actually, these are only
we're going to have like 10 cuts.
Yeah.
You did it like 5 million times.
No, okay, next time we got to make sure we get a third person so we don't have to ever.
Kelly will be free to do it next time.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3.
What are we talking about next?
Probably, do you want to do the compass?
See the compass.
All right.
All right, so now that we're done with that talk, we can try that political compass test and go, pretty far into it.
Yeah, so we can just take the test.
We can do one at a time.
Do you want to take the test together, or do you want to just? I'll just read you the questions, and do you want to just do it for yourself? Because I already know where I am on it. So
we'll just do me then.
yeah, we'll just do you.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So the first question is: if economic globalization is inevitable, it should primarily serve humanity rather than the interests of transnational corporations. Strongly disagree, strongly agree, or agree.
I would say agree.
All right. I'd always
Should I talk a little bit more about that, or?
We can just, if you want to talk about certain
I
quizzes.
will actually kind of talk about that because that's a thing between. It's an issue we have in America too, between capitalism and human rights.
Yeah.
Is it better for the people or is it better for the companies? You have Coca-Cola set up a plant in India and it made the water bad and caused a bunch of sickness. That was better for the company. It's not good for the people. Just so I'm all about them Indians, dude. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, continue. I just believe that, I like AOC.
You think she's cute?
She's taken, dude.
Oh, she is?
I mean, she did make a mean salmon pasta the other day.
She's from Boston? She's from BU?
She went to was it BU?
BU, yeah.
That's where she met her boyfriend, I believe.
They're not married?
I don't believe so.
All right, let me jump to the next question. I'd always support my country whether it was right or wrong.
Is this one way or the other?
It's strongly disagree, agree, or strongly agree.
I would say agree. I know that's a tough one.
That's a hot take.
It is a hot take.
I'd always support my country whether it was right or wrong.
Listen, America's fucked up, dude.
So
America is messed up. But it's the people. It's not just the government. It's the people. Okay. I am a nationalist. I don't believe that we should go around shitting on America. America's a great place compared to many other places. I know we've done a lot of bad things and we can't agree with everything, but AOC's in America. So I mean,
all right.
How can I hate it?
No one chooses their country of birth, so it's foolish to be proud of it.
Disagree.
Would
you say that you feel any sense of pride?
Oh, I strongly disagree with this one because as somebody who was not born in America, I can still be proud of America.
What did I say?
You said disagree.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So, our race has many superior qualities compared to other races.
Our race?
Yeah. So if you were
superior qualities?
Yeah. Do you believe races have different superior qualities than other races?
Oh, different. My race or in general?
Yeah. If you were I think this question poses do you think that other races have superior qualities than your race, but your race also has superior qualities?
No.
Okay.
Everybody's. I mean, yes. I mean, no. I mean.
I think you're saying you.
People are born.
Do you think all races are equal?
With different. Okay, I think. Psychologically, different cultures and everything, they're obviously different and they grow up different. So, but I think fundamentally we're all the same. Physically, I do think other countries have, if like an African American, could easily beat me up. You know what I mean?
So you would agree that some races have superior qualities?
They do have superior. Yeah,
okay.
I would say. But in terms of physical.
I think it's physical and psychological, so I think you'd agree with this one.
I think I would. I do not in the.
Yeah, people are. I
don't want to divide it in way. I don't think any race is superior.
I get what you're saying.
I think we're all equal.
I think what you're saying is
people are born
there's a reason
people
why
are born with different physique.
There's a reason why a good percentage of the National Football League and the NBA is African American. You know what I mean? It's because many of them are higher superior athletes. So I think I know what you mean. The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
The enemy of my enemy.
Strongly agree, disagree, strongly disagree. And
now this is but this is situational. The enemy of my enemy, that could also be my enemy.
Yeah.
Dude, it could be a battle royale, dude. You know what I mean? It could be Fortnite up in this,
Or,
is there a neutral option? Because it's situational.
Nope, it's just agree.
The enemy of my enemy
is my friend.
is my disagree.
Disagree? Okay. Military action that defies international law is sometimes justified.
National law. I mean, this goes into the whole debate of anti-hero and kind of like. Repeat the question?
Military action that defies international law is sometimes justified.
Military action that defies international law. I would say yes, because.
Are you agreeing or strongly agreeing?
I would say agree.
Agree.
Because, sometimes wars got to be justified, and I don't know. That's a deep one, though.
Yeah,
that's also situational, too.
There is now a worrying fusion of information and entertainment.
A worrying fusion of what?
Information and entertainment.
And or in?
And entertainment.
A worrying fusion of information. Yes, definitely.
Strongly.
I mean, news stories. Yeah, strongly.
Yeah.
I would say news sources are becoming entertainment. You got 24-hour news. It's no longer about certain subjects. It's about just this constant
like entertainment.
thing, and it's just the presentation too of the news. And you have this podcast.
Yeah.
It's you're getting information, but you're also hopefully getting entertainment.
Well, I think we also I also think that we
comedy, stand-up comedy. That's
we
a huge.
pose as a podcast, we're not presenting ourselves like we're real news, but I think some credible news sources now, like CNN and Fox News, are presenting themselves like they're just the facts, but they just become editorial pieces. You know what I mean?
Yep.
All right, next question. People are ultimately divided more by class than nationality.
Ultimately divided more by class than by nationality. I would say strongly agree. I would say there's poor every race, every single race. There's a dirt poor section. I don't know if that was offensive. Dirt poor.
No, there definitely is.
But there's just people with no money. Every race. Maybe there's different nationalities that show up in the statistics, but. A bunch of the homeless people I see on the street, African American, white, Asian,
yeah,
Middle Eastern.
There's really no telling what kind of race you're going to find if you're homeless. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Controlling inflation is more important than controlling unemployment.
Can I go back to that other question?
Yeah, the nationality one.
Nationality. That's another tough one. Because now I'm thinking billionaires.
Yeah.
9 out of the 10 wealthiest people are white. I saw that the other day. Yeah. So maybe it is kind of by nationality. When they think, the white man has, maybe before nationality was big, I would say today it's more class. Say today it's more class.
So you'd agree more than strongly agree?
I would agree more than strongly agree.
All right.
Because I do think white supremacy is definitely apparent but I mean in America, there's more. The majority of people are white.
Yeah.
So you got to think okay, if you're going to handpick 10 people, they'd be white. But also we've had a racial justice and yeah.
Controlling inflation is more important than controlling unemployment. Do you want my opinion on this? Because I did take an economy class.
I would say, agree.
You agree? Okay.
What would you?
I would also, I would actually disagree because I think if you control unemployment, then if everyone has a job, then it helps control inflation. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, but if you don't control inflation, then everyone's kind of screwed. But homelessness, that's a thing. I mean,
You could be
I'm an
right,
emotional guy.
Controlling inflation is also important too.
Control. That's tough, dude. Homelessness, though, is really. You know what? I'm gonna say homelessness. I'm gonna say disagree because I do think homelessness because I think it benefits the community as a whole. I think you're right about that.
I mean, you can also make a case that if you control inflation, then you're controlling the factors that could create unemployment.
Doesn't unemployment? Oh no. AOC talked about this. AOC talked about this. I remember she said she got a question on one of her Instagram lives and I was tuning in. You know how it is. You know, big fan.
Are you an AOC stan? This is great.
I wouldn't say I'm a stan.
I've never heard this before.
But she had a question on her Instagram live. She said it was, if unemployment goes down,
Yeah.
will inflation go up? And she said no. Unemployment has nothing to do with inflation. If everybody had a job, there would be no change in the margin of inflation. That's what she said.
I'd have to do research on it, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, obviously you'd have to do. I mean, I'm not educated enough to.
You're no
do that,
economist,
but, I
Ted?
mean, AOC said it. So, but I do. I mean, it would be great if everyone had a job. It would be great if I could walk out in the street and not see homeless people's, you know, worried for money, worried that they're not going to get their next meal. You know.
All right. Because corporations cannot be trusted to voluntarily protect the environment, they must require regulation.
Yes, strongly agree.
Strongly agree.
They have to. I just mentioned the Coca-Cola thing. There needs to be regulations because they will find the smallest, you know, the smallest little chink in the armor, and they'll try to, like, you know, break it and see how that goes, and you know, they'll find ways around it to get plastic and, you know, kill turtles and suffocate penguins. You know how it is. You know how it is, bro.
Big plastic suffocating penguins.
Gatorade is out to get these macaroni penguins. You know.
From each according to his ability, to each according to his need is a fundamentally good idea.
Is that like?
That's basically the idea of communism.
Repeat the question.
From each according to his ability to each according to his need is a fundamentally good idea.
Ability what?
From each according
Do
to...
I support communism? No.
Yeah, do you support communism?
Disagree.
Okay. The freer the market, the freer the people.
Disagree.
All right. Are you
The
disagreeing?
freer
or
the
strongly
market,
disagree?
the freer the people. Oh, maybe agree.
Agree. Just remember, there's also strongly agree and strongly disagree.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not.
It's a sad reflection in our society that something as basic as drinking water is now bottled and branded as a consumer product.
Yes, and I believe that they put stocks for water companies now, so you can invest in water, and they're gonna. I don't know. I think that's a little, you know, rough.
So you agree with that, or strongly agree?
That I think it's bad that we should pay for water.
Yeah.
I mean, we do have tap, but that's, you know, there's many issues with that. You go to Flint, Michigan, that's a huge issue. So, yeah, I do think, you know, bottled water water itself should be a commodity, easy commodity to obtain.
Land shouldn't be a commodity to be bought and sold.
Disagree. That is, a lot of people can find that as an occupation, being a landlord.
Be a real estater, you know.
Real estate. I mean, yeah.
It is regrettable that many personal fortunes are made by people who simply manipulate money and contribute nothing to society.
I'm still thinking about that last question, dude.
About the
land?
Oh, the land one? Yeah.
Do people give out land freely?
I mean, no. But, like, I think what this question is posing is that, like, it's sad that people, like, make money being real estaters.
No,
I would disagree with that.
It's not sad.
No, I think that real estate is, like, you know, I think it's a profession.
I think land is something that should be earned, especially in this day and age. You can buy, you know, whatever. I think buying land for advertisement, buying land for different, you know, values. Let's say you buy you shouldn't buy national park land. You shouldn't buy airspace in Manhattan to put a billboard when you can fit more people in. So, you know, it's just, that's a weird topic anyway.
So you would agree or disagree on that one?
Which one was the question?
Land shouldn't be a commodity to be bought and sold.
Strongly disagree.
All right.
I do think it should be bought.
It is regrettable that many personal fortunes are made by people who simply manipulate money and contribute nothing to society.
Yes. So a lot of sociopaths are very good at that.
So, like, people, Bitcoin people?
A lot of sociopaths are easy at manipulating people and manipulating money getting what they want, and they become rich that way. But yeah.
Protectionism is sometimes necessary in trade.
Protectionism?
Yeah, do you know what that is?
No.
It's like when, like, it's kind of like I'll protect you if you protect me. Like, kind of like what started World War One.
In trade?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Strongly agree.
No,
or
because you're not going to trade with the Nazis.
Because they won't protect you.
Because they'll kill, yeah, because they killed Jews.
Strongly agree or agree?
Strongly
agree.
Strongly.
Okay. The only social responsibility of a company should be to
I'll go back and say agree.
agree.
Because we do have,
I mean, like,
China
also-
and
Yeah, like protectionism is kind of interesting.
because China, we definitely use China. You know what? Strongly agree. Because I think we should change our relationship with China, because with debt, when didn't they lend us a bunch of money and we just never paid them back?
Well, we own China. We owe China
own
a shit ton of like
Yeah,
money.
we owe them money, and then we use them for a bunch of like sweatshops and labor factories, and it's not right. I don't think it's right. I mean, sure, the prices of everything are going to change, but I mean, get with the times, man.
The only social responsibility of a company should be to deliver a profit to its shareholders.
What?
The only social responsibility of a company should be to deliver a profit to its shareholders. So, like, they don't have to worry about the environment or anything, or anyone,
Oh,
like,
no.
anybody else, like the homeless.
No. I mean, sure, that's kind of like the structure of the business and how a lot of companies do think that way. Oh, we're doing it for the shareholders, to make that profit. And I guess you could say that's what makes these businesses, because, without shares, you got nothing. And if they don't make a profit, then they're just going to take their money back.
So you disagree?
I would say that. What was the question?
The only social responsibility of a company should be to deliver a profit to its
I would say
shareholders.
disagree.
The rich are too highly taxed.
Disagree.
Those with the ability to pay taxes should have access to higher standards of medical care.
I do think there should be universal health care, but also, Magic Johnson wouldn't be alive right now if he didn't afford that highest quality. You know what I mean?
If you could pay for it, you know what I mean?
If you can pay for better treatment, yes, but I think there should be a standard of healthcare that everyone should be able to have, where you could get treated. I think that everybody should get treated the same and have the same resources, same everything. But if you have more money and you, let's say, can pay for experimental technology, go for it.
Government should penalize businesses that mislead the public.
At what?
That mislead the public.
Own businesses that mislead the public? Can I get an example?
So, like, government should penalize businesses that mislead the public. Something like, if Apple says their AirPods do air cancellation, but, like, they only do
Noise cancellation.
But, like, noise cancellation, but the noise cancellation is not that good. Like, the government should, like, penalize them.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, you want to know what you're in for. I mean, I know a lot of foods. They're being like, oh, Tic Tacs are sugar-free. Tic Tacs are, like, pretty much sugar, but it's so low that
they can't, they don't constitute as, like, actual sugar.
Yeah, exactly.
So, strongly agree or disagree? Or strongly disagree?
Disagree. Strongly disagree.
Or strongly agree because you believe they should penalize
They should penalize. Yeah, that's what I meant.
A genuine free market requires restrictions on the ability of a predator to manipulate and create monopolies.
Yes.
Okay, strongly agree?
Strongly agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Abortion, when the woman's life is not threatened, should always be illegal.
Disagree. Strongly disagree.
Strongly disagree.
I think choice is everything, and I think that if you have beliefs that if you're pro-life, then you can choose not to have an abortion. You can just have the kid.
All authority should be questioned.
Disagree.
And
I think there's huge, police brutality. Obviously, that's a bad thing. There's a lot of bad cops out there, but I do believe that there's a lot of good cops, and I believe that the bad cops treat it, sometimes as a game, and the good cops out there, they truly risk their lives for the sake of the people, and I think, it's a scary thing to confront authority, but I think it's needed, especially in this society. Yeah.
An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth.
Disagree.
Okay. Taxpayers should not be expected to prop up any theaters or museums that cannot survive on a commercial basis. So should we have to pay for museums and theaters, basically?
Yes.
Okay. Agree or
I
strongly agree?
believe that the amount of knowledge that is at our disposal, I think that, it's just knowledge that anyone can go to and learn something, and it's just, without history, we would be nothing.
Schools should not make classroom attendance compulsory.
Schools should not make attendance compulsory. I would say disagree. I do think school is important, and education. That's the thing, though. Some kids aren't ready for school, but also I think that education will only help America. I mean, education for women. We started with more birth control. With education, we had better medical practices. There's a whole chart with how education benefits the society. We're like a stage 4 or something in the whole thing, where it's just like.
No,
I do think education solves pretty much all of our issues with everything. But yeah, so I do think it's at least some level of education. You know what I mean?
This gets back to what we were talking about with Bob. Good parents sometimes have to spank their children.
Yes, because you run into these kids, bro, who don't get spanked.
Ted's ready to spank his kid. Is like,
I'm not gonna. I mean, I'm not gonna have kids, dude. I'm just not even gonna.
It's natural for children to keep secrets from their parents.
Yes, agree. Strongly agree. It's supernatural too.
Possession of marijuana for personal use should not be a criminal offense.
Strongly agree.
The prime.
No one's going out robbing places or doing crimes with marijuana.
Yeah, I think that's an old belief that kind of got.
I think the only thing that kept that whole thing up was that it was a gateway drug, and even then, it's like.
Yeah, it's debatable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The prime function of schooling should be to equip the future generations for jobs.
Disagree. It's not about the job market. It's about the educational experience.
People with serious inheritable disabilities should not be allowed to reproduce.
Disagree. I think they should reproduce with each other. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, bro. Love is love, dude. If you have a mental disability, say you had like depression, isn't that? That's more of an anxiety.
I'm not sure, but like I know people with Down syndrome that are just like functioning
functioning people, like they're just normal people.
Yeah. The most important thing for a child is to learn to accept.
So what was my answer? I would say strongly agree. Strongly disagree.
Strongly disagree.
Yeah, they can reproduce, obviously.
The most important thing for a child is to learn to accept discipline.
Agree. I do think it's one of the most important things to have structure and discipline. It is one of the. I do think it's one of the best things, because you see people not doing well in certain situations because they don't have discipline. Like, say you have like a 30-year-old kid staying at their parents' house because they don't have discipline to go outside and get a job.
Better hope I'm not 30 and living in my parents' basement.
If you look at Man Up, Theo Vaughn's Man Up, he does go to Sticky Rick. I think that's what it was, Sticky Rick. He is a 30-year-old, and he goes to, Theo Vaughn brings him to Butler School. It changes his life. It's a beautiful comedy thing.
Like King Ralph, like we were talking about in the last podcast. Yeah. There are no savage or civilized people. There are only different cultures.
Agree.
Those who are able to work and refuse the opportunity should not expect society's support.
Disagree. I do think that they should get. I mean, if they don't get a job, is that what they're saying?
If they don't get a job.
You can do stuff without having a job. I mean, it's almost impossible to to not classify something as a job, like artist. Yeah, exactly, artist. Say you're at home, you're just making art. You know, you can be playing video games and stream, and you'd make art. You know what I mean? Or not make.
You say
make
ninja?
money,
Ninja's an artist?
No, that's not what I meant. I mean,
I think
the
you're an
art of
artist.
gaming. Yeah. No, but like, yeah. I mean, you can make money. You can have a job just by playing video games, just by breathing. I bet.
When you are troubled, it's better not to think about it, but to keep busy with more cheerful things.
Disagree. I do think reflection is nice, and you can learn a lot on, very tragic things. Like say you have like a relative die. You know, it's good to reflect on
What happened?
on
you know what I mean?
on what happened, on the good things about them. You don't want to stay focused on the
Yeah. No, I know what you-
on everything positive.
Yeah,
Obviously.
you just don't want to distract yourself completely.
Yeah, it's nice to be real. It's
Yeah.
nice to be real. You don't want to be a freaking lunatic. You know, you'd be in a mental hospital if you only think about positive things, or just a really nice guy that I want to hang out with. So.
First generation immigrants can never be fully integrated within their new country.
Oh, false.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Disagree.
I strongly disagree. with
Strongly
that one.
disagree.
I'm a first generation immigrant.
You're
I think
first
I'm,
generation.
I think I'm fully integrated into American society. I'm pretty
obviously.
white.
Yeah.
What's good? What's good for the most successful corporations is always ultimately what's good for all of us.
No.
Strongly disagree.
Strongly disagree.
No broadcasting institution, however independent of its content, should receive public funding.
Repeat it.
No broadcasting institution, however independent of its content, should receive public funding. So, do you think
I think
do you think public broadcasting networks should receive public funding?
public funding, yes, because I mean it doesn't have to be like taxpayers. It can be like, oh, if you really like this news station, you can donate to it. Actually, no, disagree. I think it should be government run. I think we should have the 50-50 rule back.
Yeah.
and unbiased media.
I do too.
Yeah.
Our civil liberties are being excessively curbed in the name of counterterrorism.
Repeat it.
Our civil liberties are being excessively curbed in the name of counterterrorism. So like something like, what do you call it? Not Big Brother, yeah, but Big Brother and all that like kind of stuff.
Big Brother's counterterrorism.
Kind of like like the Patriot Act.
Oh yeah. I'd say true. I mean, it's true.
So I agree.
That it is happening. Yeah.
A significant advantage to a one-party state is that it avoids all arguments that delay progress in democratic political systems.
Delays progress and repeat that again. Oh,
A significant advantage of a one-party state is that it avoids all the arguments that delay progress in a democratic political system.
Goes back to the monarchy, baby.
So you want a one-party system, is what you hear?
No, I mean, I think a one-party system would help with nationalism and patriotism. Because say you go to England, they all have the Queen. You know what I mean? So good or bad, they either all hate them or all love. No, you'd still be divided. Just freaking no. I don't want to. I don't want a one-party system.
Although the electronic age makes surveillance easier, only wrongdoers need to be worried.
They need to be worried.
Yeah.
I think it just makes a new kind of hurdle. Not hurdle. I mean, it may or may not be a hurdle, but wrongdoers in technology, in terms of crime, yes. In terms of cyber crime, that's a whole nother story.
So
Like
do
a
regular
super
people
hacker.
have to be worried about more surveillance? Or just criminals?
No, just no.
Okay.
Yeah, because bro, the government doesn't care about regular people doing regular things. If you're doing a crime, I mean, if it's severe, obviously, yeah, catch it and get rid of it.
This is a pretty
No one
timely
cares
one.
about that.
The death penalty should be an option for the most serious crimes.
Now that is tough. That is tough. Say Osama bin Laden. Should he have died? Should he die?
Should he die? Should Osama bin Laden?
You know, I'm gonna say no.
Disagree?
I think killing people gives the wrong idea to the American public, and that severe punishment should be lifetime in prison. Or, I don't want to say torture, bro. I don't want to say it. I'd say no. Okay,
Ted's pro-torture.
I'm getting the clothes hanger out. I'm getting the back scratcher out.
Back scratcher and the water torture.
I'm getting the rope. We're hanging you by a tree.
I'm Ted. I'm pro-torture.
I'm not pro-torture, dude. I'd say the death penalty is better than torture because I think torture is horrible. Having to suffer.
All right.
Anyway, but a punishment is a punishment, you know. I think the lethal dose is the new death penalty. I looked that up. It's
Oh yeah, that's what they do. So disagree?
yeah.
In a civilized society, one must always have people above to be obeyed. Wow. In a civilized society, one must always have people above to be obeyed and people below to be commanded.
Yes, agree. I do think leadership is very important, because people focus on controlling the country, and then the people underneath who say they're commanded, you end up having more freedom to do what you want than focusing on the well-being of the country as a whole. You know,
It's a waste.
but that's also situational.
Yeah, this is true. I think especially
Having a utopia is like crazy. Also, yeah, that's a
Have you
communist
seen the movie?
ideal, right?
Yeah, it kind of
Is
is.
that everybody is?
Well, I
is
mean, it's
gonna-
more of a totalitarian ideal rather than a communist ideal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but even yeah. You're right.
It is a waste of time to try to rehabilitate some criminals.
Disagree. I think, you know, beyond certain crimes, criminals should definitely be accepted back into society. I do think that they should get jobs again. When I was in Chicago, I met with this priest, and he was talking about how there's a time. No, there's a time, bro. In this day and age, let's say there's a single mom out on the streets selling drugs for her child to support her family. Okay, she goes to prison, she comes back in society, she can't get a job. She goes to a mom and pop shop, she can't get a job. She goes to, a freaking 7-Eleven, she can't get a job. What can she do to continue supporting her child? Dealing drugs. So I do think they should be more accepted into society. And so,
The business person and the manufacturer are more important than the
how
writer and
how
the artist.
far am I into this?
We're about I'd say 60% done.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we kind of just gotta. We can push through some of these
Longer,
questions.
bro.
Yeah. The business person and the manufacturer are more important than the writer and the artist.
No. Disagree. Kanye.
Mothers may have careers, but their first duty is to be homemakers.
Homemakers? I disagree, but strongly disagree, dude. It's not a woman's role to make the home, dude.
Multinational companies are unethically exploiting the plant genetic resources of developing countries.
Repeat it.
Multinational companies are unethically exploiting the plant genetic resources of developing countries.
Yes. Yeah.
Strongly agree? Or
I'd say agree. It's definitely happening.
Making peace
Coca-Cola.
with the establishment is an important aspect of maturity. Yeah, this one's an interesting question.
That one's situational. You can have a bad authority, and it needs a change. Haiti.
So agree.
Or
disagree.
you can have a good
disagree.
authority, and people who are rebelling are actually making the situation worse.
So let's go under. Let's say the idea is authority is good. You would agree?
Which is also actually both the examples that I said are both from Haiti.
That big Haiti guy.
Big Haiti guy. Haiti stand.
So you would agree that if establishment is good, then you should make peace with it.
If it's good, you should make peace with it.
All right, we're almost done. Astrology accurately explains many things. So zodiac sign.
I would say agree, just because it's so normalized now that people
start living their life around it.
around it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it definitely plays a big role in a lot of people's lives. So I think saying that I'm an Aquarius, like,
Yeah, I know what you mean. Then, like, if I'm a Capricorn, I live
is
my
that
life
your
like I'm a
Capricorn?
Capricorn. Yeah.
yeah, nice.
You
So
can-
those are astrologers.
Yeah, that's astrology, and I think like people, if like I'm a Capricorn,
If we're
sometimes-
compatible. Snapchat just added an astrology compatibility.
Stop! Are you serious?
Yeah, it's true.
We gotta look up ours after this.
Yeah, we will.
Without, you cannot be moral without being religious.
I disagree. What the heck? I strongly disagree. Religion does play a big part in learning morals, but you don't need it. There's different structure in life. I mean, sure, like throughout most of history, it was always religion, and higher beings, but just your parents who don't have to be. I mean, people. I think in the natural emotions of like empathy that humans feel, that's like one of the biggest drives.
Charity is better than social security as a means of helping the genuinely disadvantaged.
Yes, strongly agree. Social security is going to go down the drain in a few years.
Some people are naturally unlucky.
Yeah, strongly agree.
I did too.
People can be born in the shittiest of places. People can be born in Yemen and die before they're 1 year old.
Rip Yemen. Shout out to Yemen, by the way.
Donate to any cause. Actually, don't donate to every single cause. Donate to justified causes that your money will help. Because there's some businesses that
Just
will
take them and don't.
just take the
yeah.
money and don't actually help. So
It is.
do your research. Do your research and help.
Here's one. Here's a spicy question.
Spicy money.
It is important that my child's school instills religious values.
Strongly disagree. You don't need religious values. It makes nothing. It adds nothing to the school. You go to a Christian school,
Yeah, I think you can
and
just teach
people
it.
come out even worse than public schools.
Yeah,
you know what
I mean, you can just teach them in like the home if you really wanted to.
Yeah, any education is good education.
Sex outside marriage is usually immoral.
Strongly disagree. I don't
Oh,
think
Ted knows from experience, right?
I just don't think that's true, dude.
A same-sex couple in a stable, loving relationship should
It actually, it is a good excuse to say though. So if you don't want to get involved with a fine lady or gentleman, you'd be like, oh, I'm saving it till
Hey, love is love.
marriage. Love is love, exactly. Amen, brother.
A same-sex couple in a stable, loving relationship should not be excluded from possibility of child adoption.
Strongly agree. Yeah.
Pornography depicting consenting adults should be legal for the adult population.
They are consenting?
Yeah,
So why would you make that illegal?
I don't know, because pornography is bad for some people.
Oh. So what do I want to say? I
Should
think it's
porn
okay.
be
Just let it.
illegal?
No, dude. I mean,
Porn should be
It
legal.
should be legal.
Okay.
Yeah.
What goes on in
Who
a
cares, bro? It's a job for many sex work. Sex workers have their own
Ted
life,
would
dude.
be a great
OnlyFans?
prostitute. Come on.
Donate to my OnlyFans.
What goes on in a private bedroom between consenting adults is no business of the state.
Strongly agree.
No one can feel natural homosexuality.
What? No one can feel
Yeah.
what?
No
Repeat
one.
it?
Basically, it's saying, do you think that homosexuality is like a choice, or is it like, can you naturally
Oh, is
feel
it a
it?
choice, or are you born that way?
Yeah. Are you born?
I guess you're born that way. I don't know. Yeah, yeah. It's not a choice, right?
No, it's not.
That's the right
I don't
thing to
believe it is. Ted's trying to be PC right now.
I don't know how homosexual minds work.
I will say that like some people that believe it is a choice, like I disagree with them. I think homosexuality is something natural, but I think for people that are like straight, some people
Everyone
don't,
has varying degrees.
yeah,
of,
like some people don't, like
of
some straight
gayness.
people don't like I think understand how like it feels to be homosexual.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
just like me.
Like
right
yeah,
now.
like
I don't know how it feels to be a homosexual.
Yeah, like I don't, and I wouldn't like judge people for like being gay. So like I don't
Yeah.
understand why people like try to judge them and say that it's a choice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I like gay people.
I do too.
Yeah.
These days, openness about sex has gone too far.
No.
Strongly disagree.
I'll
Or
just do
disagree.
disagree. Sometimes it's like, come on, keep it to yourself. But
All right, that was the last question, by the way.
that was it. What do I got?
So, Ted, you are in. I'll show you. Maybe we can't show this on video, but I can just tell you where you are. You are in the third quadrant,
I'm in the green area.
which puts you in a more left-leaning,
I'm left.
libertarian.
I'm left libertarian, but I'm pretty close to the center.
Yeah. So if you were people, this is like people. This is what the generic people think you're the communist bloc, like communist totalitarianism. Mm-hmm. People think these are like the fascists.
Actually, we'll put this up on the
sorry.
screen. We'll put this up on the
Yeah.
screen.
These are people are like what they believe like Hitler was and a fascist.
Yeah.
This is where they think like Stalin was. This is
So
where
blue is fascist, red is Stalin, green
Yeah.
is.
think Trump, Stalin.
You're not seeing the colors. You gotta see the colors.
Oh
We're
yeah,
showing
like
this
so
on
if
the
like
screen.
red. So if red was red would be like Stalin, blue would be like Trump,
Blue's Trump.
kind of Trumpian.
Yep.
Actually, there's also some American. It depends on where you are. I'm actually like right here, like right there near this.
Right in
middle.
the center. Yeah,
Yeah.
right in the center.
Green would be like hippies.
Like Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, like kind of Bernie
AOC.
Sanders-ish.
AOC.
And like purple would be like people who think that like human rights should be like. Purple is like we should have all the rights and like government shouldn't be a thing. Kind of like anarchist,
communist?
almost like anarchist kind of.
Yeah.
So that's where you fall. Kind of interesting. I mean, we were just like I said, I'm near the middle. That's why I'm a centrist. I think like all things should be like.
I think it is nice, kind of, to see your. I mean, why graph it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like your beliefs. I just listed all my beliefs.
Yeah, that's actually so. This is the.
I'm Gandhi, bro. I'm Gandhi.
Yeah, that's the graph. That's
Bro,
just,
I'm
Gandhi's
Gandhi.
right there. There we got Stalin, Hitler, Friedman. So.
Yeah.
So that was actually pretty fun.
That was a
Honestly,
very
we got a
inter-
lot
and we're-
more.
yeah.
We got a lot more out of that than I thought we would. So.
Yeah, and I think that's a pretty good way to end the podcast. We actually made it. We talked a lot about that, and I'm kind of glad we did because just to lay down some knowledge.
Yeah, that's where
Lay
we.
down some knowledge.
That's
for
where
you
Ted
folks.
stands on a lot of issues.
That's
so.
where I stand on my issues. I mean, my ideas could probably change in the future. Please, I invite you to share your opinion with me privately. I don't know if.
No, hit us
you
up
don't wanna
with
be
hit us up
obnoxious.
with if you guys want to take it. It's political
if-
compass.
Yeah, politicalcompass.org.
Compass.org. Just
.org.
let us know. Let us know what you guys
Take
get
it
if you
in
want
the
to know.
comments below. Tell us what color you got. I got green. I'm pretty much Gandhi, so.
Or if you're right in the middle, tell us if you're right in the middle.
Yeah. So so thank you guys so much for another episode of the podcast. I'm so thankful for your support. Check us out on Spotify. We're on Anchor. If you go to our YouTube page in the About section, if you click on the Anchor link, you can donate to the channel. Donate. We're trying to get better equipment, maybe a better camera or better microphones, but it's just
Yeah,
we'll get
having
there. We'll get there.
We're having a good time. We're having a good time.
We're here to have a good time. We're making it work right now, and I hope you guys enjoy. Am I missing anything?
No, peace and love.
Peace and love, guys. Peace and love. Ready? 1, 2, 3.